Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is having a good morning. Let me just move my keyboard out the way so I don't accidentally switch to it. There you go. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for popping by. Thank you for the horn, Shifty and Kev. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. I'm very sleepy this morning. I apologize. I probably look sleepy as well. It is what it is. We deal with. I also haven't changed out of pajamas. What keyboard exactly? Thank you, Kev. True. No keyboard. I hope everyone is doing well. I apologize for last minute not streaming yesterday. I was just not feeling it. And there are sometimes days where you wake up and you're like, nah. Yesterday was a day where I was like, nah. Ellie, oh good luck with the pentatonic scales. Hell yeah, I hope they go well. They have a lovely look. Looks like jelly, thank you. Honestly, to be fair, I do most of the time not exactly dress up too much for Twitch. I also have coffee because I feel sleepy. I actually think I slept pretty well last night, but I did wake up quite a few times. It's probably that. I can't open my straw. Wait, what? No! Give me the coffee. I need it. There we go. Okay. I have maybe got a slight change of plans. I'm considering things at the moment. Not with the cosplay. We're still finishing this collector cosplay. I still want to finish it. I might just be trying to finish it a bit quicker than before. So I'm going to hold off on properly talking out at the moment. Give to me. Give straw so that I can sip my coffee. I'm also feeling very sleepy today. I don't know if it's the same for you where you are, Goat, but here it's a very overcast day and we've had so much sun recently. I'm wondering if it's because it's quite dark. Maybe that's why I just never felt like I quite woke up, because I woke up and it was dark, which it hasn't been for like, I want to say at least a month. We've not had really any rain. Hell yeah. Oh, it's so good. I love this one. That's the one I used to get on the way to work. It's great. Love it. 10 out of 10 and cheaper than a Costa, but it's still not cheap, but it is cheaper. Oh dear. Currently working on a minor pentatonic. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've done scales. Heck, I probably, to be fair, if I want to get a lot of my finger strength back, I probably should be doing more scales. And that's turned into such like an only a hobby and nothing else that it's like, I guess I just play the songs I want to play and I can, and I'm in a good position for that. Hey, nice. Oh dear. I mean, I did do, you know, professional grade 8 classical guitar. So it's one of those things I always am very, very afraid when I come back to it, because like if I take a few weeks off or so and I don't play it, I'm like, oh god, will I have forgotten? So far, no. So far, funnily enough, no. I feel like, oh god, how long did I do it? I started when I was like 7 and I stopped playing as religiously when I was about 18. Maybe 19, 20 actually. So if we say 20 because that's easier for me to work out, I think I did 13 years, pretty consistent, like 2 hours classical guitar a day-ish, except for days where I was like busy. There would be days, but yes, it's nice. Honestly though, I'm really grateful that I did do it. Like I'm grateful that my parents were okay with me doing that, because I can now go and just play it whenever I like as a hobby. It's very relaxing. Yeah, I'm so glad that I have a hobby like that, which is something that I can just always fall back on and relax. I have a question for guitarists and guitarists. And nylon strings is adopting your fingers as metal strings. No. Right? No. Bear in mind, I only ever play classical. So I've held acoustic and electric, and I've played a little bit. I've played electric specifically to but take classical pieces across to electric guitar and try and make them work. But I'm very much a classical guitarist through and through. I found an instrument I liked and I stick with it. I'm very single track minded. I like this one. I think I must have been, I don't even know if I knew what a classical guitar was when I said I wanted to play classical guitar. Like I was very young. I was like 6, I think. And I was like, parents, I want to play classical guitar. And they were like, what? I was like, I want to play classical guitar. And they were like, why? Do you want to maybe do a year of recorder first and learn how to read music, and then if you still want to do it, we'll get you a guitar? And I was like, okay. So I did a whole year of recorder, and then I started playing classical guitar, and it never stopped. It was great. Hell yeah. I guess with kids it can be difficult, because obviously you do pick up and put down hobbies a lot quicker as a kid, but classical guitar was one that I was like, for. I use metal strings. I mean, I can have a little look. So I still have, I have like my spares and stuff. So I can find the brand that I use. I think it's a pretty common brand, at least in the UK. I'm very fortunate because you know, when you just know people, I always get my strings for free. So they're very sweet because I am friends with some other people, and they just, I couldn't tell you because I am very lucky, but I will find out the brand, and I love them. I love them. They're great. They're nice and soft. Oh, well, to be fair, when you first start playing, they're not soft. The first few years, it takes a bit because your hands have to get used to it. But at this point, they're pretty good. Little Tiny, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Good morning. Ah, dear. And Mop, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Good day, mate. Good day, Mop. I hope you're doing well. Where can I find a friend who'll give me yarn and fabric for free? Ooh. I mean, honestly, car boot sales, right? Because, like, people are just trying to get rid of stuff. Like, the amount of free fabric I've picked up at car boot sales because someone's trying to get rid of some of their hoard. So you'll chat with them a bit and then they'll just be like, oh, did you just want this? And it's like, yeah, I'll take all of your fabric. Thanks. I still have fabric from car boot sales back when I was a kid. Although, to be fair, it's not necessarily something to boast about. I am trying to get through it. I don't like hoarding that much. Oh, dear. That's why you do it. Not play for nothing and strings for free. Yeah. I got lucky. I mean, I've had free cases. Sometimes people send me music. It's all good. I'm happy days. I mean, I guess comparatively though, you do have to. I was buying concert guitars, so maybe that also helps because when when you're going to like a small business in the UK, like. I feel like there aren't that many specifically classical guitar stores, like the ones that do the higher end stuff. So most of us had to travel to get there. I know for me, when I was growing up from where I lived, it was about a 4-hour drive to the nearest one. Maybe in America that doesn't seem that bad, but that's quite intense in the UK. But whenever we went there, we had a really good time. They had like private rooms out the back where you could test the guitars out, and the way that I always describe it is it was very much like wedding dress shopping, is what I saw it as. You would describe what you wanted to the professional and they would bring in a couple and you'd be like, I want to try that one. Then you try it, bring one piece, play it on every guitar, see which you like it on best. And then after you've done the first one, you'd be like, I like these bits, I don't like these bits. And then they'll go away, grab another one and bring that into you. As long as it's within your price range, of course. Or if they can make it within your price range. Yeah, and yeah, it was fun. It's a really, really fun day. It's emotionally tiring, but it's really fun. Oh dear. Not that I think I'll ever need a new guitar at this point, unless I have a severe accident. I'm quite happy with the ones I've got. I'm not really a collector with that sort of thing. Oh dear. That's the way you. Oh, sorry. Hello there, Yellow Knees. Yeah, I've gone full. I'm not putting myself together today. We're going woolly jacket. I've got my Starlight top and I've got my Lion King pajama bottoms. So yeah, no coordination today. I just wanted to come on and do a little bit of smocking for a bit. Oh dear. Hi there, though, Nate. I hope you're doing well. I live half the year in the US, so more yard sales. But yes, the neighborhood where my friend lives have a lot of seniors, so there's a yard sale of quilting and knitting supplies. Yes, we don't really do yard sales here. I kind of wish we did, but I think, to be fair, a lot of people don't have a yard. I mean, I don't think we do technically have a small garden, but like you could fit a table in it and then that would be it. Yeah, I don't know. We don't really get them here that often. You see more car boot sales, and we do have a lot of charity shops, which is, to be fair, really good. I do like charity shops. Particularly, I'm a big fan of the British Heart Foundation because they do furniture, and that's really useful for people like us. Like, most of our furniture comes from a British Heart Foundation. I love that. Yeah, thrift stores aren't really a thing either. True, yeah. Like, there's one or two, but thrift shops are very expensive. Like, we have really charity shops, I'd say, and then thrift shops are for more collector's items. Kind of. They're still old. They're still secondhand, but they're more high-end, I guess. A thrift shop here, rather than a charity shop, which is everything. Oh, dear. Yeah, I kind of wish we had yard sales, but then I also kind of wish we had yards. Like, I was talking about this the other day, but this house is the first house we've had that has a garden, any kind of garden, for about 6 years. Oh no, actually it's longer than that. No, since I left home. This is this house has the first garden we've had, and we've lived at a different place every year or every 2 years. So like, I've lived at like 8 different places, and only one has had a garden. Which, yeah, it's kind of like standard for British houses. We're all very packed together a lot of the time. We have charity shops, but I never find the kind of gems I hear Americans find in them. We found some gems in charity shops. No, I'm not going to tell you about that yet. I have a gem that you're going to find, like you're going to show you on stream at some point, that I got a few weeks ago. I was very excited about it, but I don't want to spoil it just yet. But I got a gem, a big gem. Not actually a gem, but like a fantastic find. We also got some really cool stuff. We've like got some really cool books from charity stores. You can't tease us like that. I'm sorry. I had to have a really good think about like, do I want to reveal it now? We're not doing anything with it, so not yet. Give me a little bit. This is the best secret that I've kept in the longest time. I've actually kept a secret, even from the mod team. Yeah. Even the mods don't know this one. Ooh, that never happens. Oh, dear. 50 fabrics is so fun because most of the time the employees don't know how to spot the really nice fabrics, so you can get silks and stuff for a lot cheaper than they would be. Yeah, you can. Ah, dear. I mean, I don't know if this is the same way you are, but we have, you can get like some really expensive clothes, like that you can recycle, like prom dresses, wedding dresses, ball gowns. You can find those in charity stores, and the amount of fabric that's on them that you can then recycle, and you're buying them for like 20 quid. Like, you don't have to like the dress if it's a big dress. As long as you like the fabric, you can reclaim that quite easily. Yeah, and for a cosplay it's perfect because they normally have like 3 or 4 meters in there that you can reclaim pretty well. But a headbust at Goodwill that turned up to be 2,000. Oh my god, that's very cool. I bought a pair basically new, they were used but in good condition for $20, and they fit me like a glove, and they're my new favorite pair of jeans. Hell yeah. It's Shifty, Stocking, and Scandalous. I can tell the mods if they want. You know what, actually, the mod chat's been pretty negative recently. Not in a bad way, but like we've been discussing some of the stuff that's been happening behind the scenes. Let me put a secret in there. Actually, do I have the secret on my phone? I know it's not on my PC, because I shot a picture of it to send someone, but I don't know if I saved it. Did I save it? Oh no, that's gonna be all of... I still have... I still have the picture I did of your character from behind, Shifty, with the butt on my phone. That makes... I do not have that picture. Oh dear. I'm like scrolling down, I'm like, there's just a Shifty butt here. How did this happen? Oh dear, I hate this. True, no, 100%. Men's sections, I wish, obviously though, it does just come down to, do more men donate their clothes? And I think a lot of men don't, but most of the men that I know do. And to be honest, most of the men that I know also have like a fair fashion sense. So like, give it a few years, you'll get them, they'll be there. It's just, they just have to finish wearing them first, and then, yes. I did see the other day, which was really, really cool. I'm gonna assume this was for an event. Maybe they were like best men or something. Like a set of 4 really, really like formal, like proper like 3-piece suits in green. And it was like, oh. And they were all different sizes. Oh, I just liked, god damn it. Well, that's gonna look really weird when they see that, that's fine. Okay. This was, by the way, Shifty. I took this photo, like, I want to say a month ago, so I still had sunburn. Heads up. Super secret, like 100, but a positive thing that's happening. There you go. Go have a look in the mod channel, Shifty. Go have a look at that. Go have a look-see at that. Ugh. dear, shocking and scandalous. Yeah. I always debate if I should buy a wedding dress because of the laces and stuff. Yeah, and you know that's expensive. And you could even recycle it for like, if there's sewn in beads and stuff, you could do that. The men's section is always tiny and right at the back or upstairs. It's very unbalanced. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Our first charity shops used to be, excuse me, great place to find cheap Lego. Then they got smart. No. That's sad. I'm sorry that sucks. Yeah, I wonder why it is. Men don't throw away clothes. Kind of true. Oh dear. I wear my clothes until they break. I don't buy clothes I don't wear. The men might donate, but their spouses true. Just get rid of all of it. Maybe men don't buy wastefully? No, I think it depends. I think rather than a gendered thing, it's do you buy for fashion or do you buy for just wearing? And some men buy for fashion, some men don't. I think it's becoming more of a thing that men do. What I would say is a lot of men's fashion is the same 3 or 4 colors. And it's very boring. No offense. No, actually, unless you're a male fashion designer in chat, then offense to you. But if you're not a male fashion designer, yes, you don't need to take offense. But like a lot of men's clothing is black, navy, maybe a dark red, maybe a dark green, white, gray, and that's it. And like a pattern, an ombre, whack like £100 price tag on that because now that's fashion. Whereas like I can walk down Asda and buy an ombre t-shirt, you know? But like for men, no. You get like 5 colors. And most of them are just shades of the other colors. Oh dear. Chat, if only you knew. I know. I've kept this secret for like at least a month though, so I'm actually doing pretty well. Also, that's the other half, Shifty. When I say I found a gem, we found a gem. we were just sat there like, we know things. We know things that this shop owner does not know. Yeah, I'm not going to give it away, but I found something in a charity shop that was very, very underpriced that I also happened to need. And we got probably the best deal that I've ever had at a charity shop. I don't even know, like, it's not even like, what is that, like hundredths of the price? No, probably not hundredths of the price, but it's a lot cheaper than it should have been. Why is it only muted earthy palette? I don't know. Also, B, good morning, and Andrew, good morning, and B, hey, oh my god, a baby, oh my god, a sub baby.
Pride.
Thank you so much for the 9 months. That's very heckin' kind of you. Which I don't know actually. Maybe Australians and people from other places in the world, do you have charity shops? We're talking about charity shops, yard sales, secondhand, and like the cool stuff that we found there. It is depressing. It's super depressing that men don't have any colors of clothing, and I do think that's replicated a lot in charity stores, where you go in and all you see is those few colors. Was it some kind of machine? Who knows? Who knows what it was? Thank you for the party! Twitch baby! Yes! You have op shops. Op shops? I'm googling op shops. I've never heard that before. That's so cool. We like to party. 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 The Venga bus is coming and everybody's jumping. New York to San Francisco, an interstate free disco. The wheels are spinning on op shops. Nice. If you like that, that's sick. Come on and move your body. Just because men see promo. Is that true? I had no idea. Also, Steve, good morning. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, plenty here in the States. Yeah, thrift shop thing I've heard about quite a bit. We have a few things in the UK. We have charity shops mainly, but then we do have car boot sales. We also have kilo sales, which is a bit of a newer thing, where you go in and you buy by the kilo rather than you buying each individual item. So like if you were to go in, and that's normally more vintage style clothing, it's secondhand, but a lot of it can be a bit more expensive. So if you went in, you probably wouldn't get the best value for money if you were only buying jeans and coats. But if you're buying a lot of lighter things, lighter dresses, lighter stuff. You mean by the £2? No, I know by kilo. I do kilo sales. kilo sales. Like it is a bit more, but it's because people buy bulk, and a lot of people do resell on eBay and stuff. Yeah. Opportunity shop, we call them op shops. Aussies love lazy names. There's a charity store. Hell yeah, I like the op shop, makes sense. Opportunity shop. Yeah, we're talking about if you've ever had any really good finds. I've had a few really good things. One thing we got a couple years ago. So we like hardback books. We like fancy hardback books. I think they're cool. Shiny loves them. So every time we go into a charity shop, Shiny is looking to see if they have any really fun hardback books to add to a collection that he'd actually be interested in, you know? Ones that he'd actually like. And a couple years ago, we went in and we found a collection of 3. They came in like sleeves. They were really, really nice. And I was like, oh, these are kind of cool. Let me point that to Shiny. Shiny was like, I'm gonna buy them. And I was like, oh, really? Okay, fine. You're gonna buy them. And we walked out the shop and he was like, I know what these are. And I was like, oh, okay, what are they? And he's like, these books are 150 quid each normally, and they still have the tag on it. And I was like, I got 3 of them. And we spent £5 each on them, by the way, £5. So we got all 3 for 15. And I don't know what we're using those books for, but it's cool, I guess. They do look really pretty. They're like interesting history books, kind of style, but like a bit older. I'm honestly surprised to see them in a charity shop, not in a case. They're very, very nice. They're grey and grey and grey and a bit grey, grey and grey. Sing a woodlouse, sing a woodlouse. Oh, it's a cricket, good morning. I hope you're doing well. £2 equals a kilo. It's a silly. Oh, I see. Sorry. Oh, good job though, Tiny. I'm always like, oh, really? Do you? I like to hard, not soft. I like books that can survive a tumble. I like them to be able to fall off the shelf without me worrying about it. That's a cool thing to look for. I always love looking for fancy glasses. Ooh. So what I'm looking for in charity shops, we talked about this the other day. I'm looking for the entire series of hardback, A Series of Unfortunate Events, because I loved that series when I was a kid and I would like to own it in case I have future kids. And then I would also really like to get, for the same reason, the first 2 seasons of the Fairy Magic series with like the rainbow fairies and all that. Again, they were like one of the books I had when I learned to read, so if I ever have kids, I would like to have those. But specifically the first 2 seasons, because we realize there's nearly 300 books now, and I don't need 300 books, just like the first, 14 is fine. Yes! So I'm always on the lookout for those. And then, yeah, I look out for like interesting old bed sheets, interesting old towels, interesting old dresses, things that I could repurpose for fabric more than anything. I keep an eye out for those. Nothing else really, just mainly those. Hi Danny, good morning. I hope you're doing all right. I wouldn't mind getting a banjo. Ooh, okay. I don't often, that's just not true. I've seen some brass instruments at charity stores. I didn't mention this earlier. I normally see more instruments at like, what's it called? Cash for something, or like, the pawn shops. I normally see more instruments at pawn shops than I do at charity stores. I mean, to be fair, you can still get a good deal. The other day, I didn't buy it, but I saw an Admira very similar to my first Admira. Admira is a brand of classical guitar. My first Admira was about 360 quid, and this was like basically the sister of that, which would normally be about 320 quid. I saw that in a store the other day for 40, and that was in a pawn shop. I think sometimes you need to know the brands of these things, or you're selling them very, very cheap. Like even on eBay, that would go for a lot more money than 40 quid. I should have honestly just picked it up and given it to someone, but I was just a bit surprised to see it in the window, to be honest. Goodwill US. Oh, Goodwill. What is a Goodwill? Is like a charity shop, or is it just another kind of thrift shop? I'm not sure. A mandolin. I like a mandolin. I like lute. I like lute. I would like a lute. I would kind of like to learn lute, to be honest. Out of all of the instruments I could learn to play, would kind of be interested in lute. I think piano would be like a useful one, but I'm also like, I don't know where I'm gonna fit a piano in this house, and I already own a keyboard, so like. Pianos just take up so much space. They're beautiful, but I think you need a fair-sized house to own a piano. Because it's so much of a room. I do actually have some progress to show you guys today, by the way. This always happens. If ever I get in like a bad mood, I just like craft obsessively. So I've actually made quite a lot of progress this week. Because I'm in a bit of a bad mood. So I have actually been putting a lot of edges on things. We've been getting a lot further along. Some of these need embroidery. All of these, though, have had their like base stuff done. I've got the 2 small ones as well, which means there are actually only 3 more pieces to make out of the light purple, and then we're done. The dark purple, I have a few more to make, unfortunately. The way that it's happened is because the light purple is much easier to see the lines on. I've done it much quicker, whereas the dark purple, it's a little harder to see the lines on, and so I've gone slower with it. But we're getting there, and like, that's like the piece that we were working on before, which was like half done. It's finished now, so I've just been compulsively crafting. But it means things are going well. We're getting there. We're zooming. A good one is the OG American Fish Shop. At this point, they have crazy tag prices, especially in newly generated. Oh, okay. Alright, so not so good as they used to be. Get rid of heck. Yeah. I have a lot of instruments that I want. Are you gonna have like an instrument room then? So sparkly. Yeah. I have heard. I don't think I've ever seen one of these, but I've seen them online more than anything, where like lost luggage goes to, and you can purchase people's lost luggage bits. I've seen. I don't know if we have that in the UK. Maybe we do, but I've seen that you can go to these stores of like lost luggage and purchase it. I don't know. I guess it makes sense because if nobody claims it, then yeah. But I've seen that, and I imagine you get some good stuff there. I don't know if they wash and stuff at first would be the only thing, but yeah, that's one thing. If you buy stuff from the UK in a charity store, it always smells the same because of the way they wash it. So there's just like a charity shop smell. Like, you buy something from a charity shop. Oh, I actually got something from a charity shop the other day. It's behind me because I've been trying it on. Do not judge. I actually probably still have the tag on it. Memory serves. It's like a really thin dress. Yeah, there it is. Pre-loved. And there it is. But it's like a really, really thin wrap dress. And I was like, that'll be really nice when it's getting really hot in here. So now I have a really nice thin wrap dress. And that was £4, that one. Which is a little expensive, but it's a full-length dress, so it makes sense. And honestly, £4 is not expensive for a dress. Don't listen to me. It's expensive for a charity shop, but it's not expensive for a dress. Car boot sales is my favourite though. Then you could just buy like a handful of clothing for like 10p. It's pretty good. You finished 60? Oh my god! Congratulations on the 60 books. Hell yeah! Excuse me. You're in. So we're good here. Okay. All our stuff down here is with I don't know what is. Dear. Some instruments I want: a 7-string electric, 12-string acoustic, resonator banjo, ukulele. Oh, I have a ukulele. Ukulele I do recommend. If you want to feel like a god of instruments, ukulele is good. Because whatever you do, it sounds good. Also, welcome on in. Thank you so much for the follow. Dear. Good morning, Anime. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. And a couple of bass guitars. Hell yeah. Yeah, ukulele. If you want to feel really, really strong in the instrument world, you will feel strong with the ukulele. Oh dear. I was so happy yesterday when I loved the 60th book. Also, Laura, thank you for the follow. Hell yeah. Oh dear, huge serotonin boost. I'm not surprised. Which animal would you rather be out of these 3? A pig, a cow, or a chicken? If you had to choose one, and why for a day? You have to become the one you choose right now without being eaten and slaughtered. Pig. I'd be a pig. Be a pig. Easy. I listen, I'd do it right in front of you. I'm already wearing pink. I'd be a pig in like a woolly jumper. Pig. Easy. Because they can eat anything. Whereas cows and chickens have slightly more... what do you call it? Slightly more delicate digestive systems. I've started working on a new art thing. It's the thing we talked about on stream a while back. Really? Hell yeah. You enjoying it? I hope so. Oh dear. I would transform right here, right now. And also, Laura, thank you for egg smash. Doing good. New sewing. Oh my god, it's nearly done. Oh, you're so speedy. Hell yeah. I look forward to seeing it. Dear. Would be a cat. A cat would be pretty good. Oh dear. Pigs are highly intelligent. I mean, I don't care about that. They are very smart, but I'm not being a pig for the brains. I'm being a pig for their digestive system. being able to eat anything. Ideally, I'd be a goat because I think they're even better. But yeah. Dear. Oh yeah, send me a secret sketch. Do it. I want to be behind the scenes secretive. The other mods, I've just realized, are going to be so confused because of the tonal whiplash of our mod channel. Oops. And no, like, I don't know. We've been talking about some of the stuff that's happened in the community recently, which is a bit sad, unfortunately. And then I popped that in there. Oh, by the way, happy days. Oh, Shifty, thank you. Ooh. Oh, that's really cool. Hell yeah. I like the... Actually, I don't want to give it away too much. I like the overarching design moves of the outfit. Yes. I think that's very cool. Oh dear. Only if it's a secret win. Only if it's a secret win shared on stream with Shifty Blue. Yeah. Now I have to put it on stream in front of everyone. Blast it. Oh dear. I shared a guitar. Oh, have ya? Oh. Oh my god, you need so many fingers. You need so many fingers. I bet it makes a lovely sound though. I wonder how heavy it is. Maybe not so much. It's just wider really. I guess, and you could also rest it on your leg, which you'd probably want to get a good angle at all of those actually. Oh, interesting. I don't know. I've only played 6 strings, so I'm meh, but it's interesting. It's a little bit of fan, but also something for the event. Hell yeah. Ah, dear. I'll be honest, I've been drawing, but I've not really got anything to show for it. Believe it or not, I have actually still been keeping up with doing at least one drawing every single day since about January, but a lot of them are now drawings that I'm doing for people's commissions, so I can't share it. I'm still doing it, but yeah, you know, I can't share that until they debut, and also I do like about, I want to say like 4 hours a day, and then so you don't get the whole thing finished. But I'm still drawing. I'm just not doing a finished drawing every day, I guess. It just would feel a little redundant to draw for like, you know, 4 hours and then be like, and now I shall do a separate smaller drawing. It was made for Degent. Okay. It's interesting. I've not seen one like. If I saw that in a charity store though, I'd be like, maybe. Oh dear. Hell yeah. So yeah, no, I've been doing it. I've been keeping up. I think I've only missed a couple days because of migraines. I think other than that, I've been pretty consistently doing it every day, and I'm pretty happy. And I do think that I'm getting better. I think there's some things I would like to experiment with. I think as well, because a lot of the drawings I do are for VTubers, a lot of what I'm drawing is like, I want to experiment at them within Live 2D rather than doing the art part. But I'm getting there. We're getting there. Oh dear. And I'm enjoying my art. I'm enjoying it more than I did. So I'm having a good time. Because I used to just really like the rigging and the art was something that I had to do, whereas now I'm also enjoying the art as well. So that's nice. I should probably actually, you know, maybe start doing some work today. Maybe we should do like a little bit of work. Oh. There we go. Get my sleeves rolled up so I can show that we mean serious business. There we are. I will have to move this. Wait, because is today the last day of Pride Month? It is. To be fair, I should have probably moved my flag as soon as I started painting because I've got lots of paint splatters on it now. Hey, maybe do like a little bit of work. No, I don't want to. I've started this one. I think I did a lot of this one off stream, to be honest. Because I've just been working away. But I did post a picture of what they were like before I started doing stuff on the back on Twitter, if you're curious. Like before I neat in the back and after I neat in the back. I don't know, I just thought it was interesting because I normally do that bit off stream, but it does make quite a dramatic difference. I like it. Hell yeah. Wait, did I post it on Twitter or have I just lied to all of you? There's a chance. No, I did post it on Twitter. Hell yeah. So yeah, that's kind of cool because I also have 2 other pieces ready for neatening, which have been painted. This one and this one was what I was working on last night, which is why they're ready. I could do some neatening. I think what I'll do is I'll get the sequins in this one because I've nearly finished sequining this one. I just have this little bit like the bottom here to go. So I'll finish sequining it and then I might do some neatening on the other 2. I'm trying to do some of the bits that are slightly easier on my hand because the embroidery is quite tough because you have to pull it through a lot. And it's a lot of that in a row. So doing that has been hurting my thumb a little bit. So I think I need to break it up a little bit, do some of that one day and then do this kind of thing the next day. And that hopefully means my thumb will be okay. It's just the gripping the needle. Oh dear. Is usually B-E-A, I could drop to A or G. Really? To B, I guess? Yeah, I guess I could see that because it'd be B. Yeah, okay, I could see that. Weirdly, my brain would have been like, it will be a drop D, because like I'm used to dropping the D on classical. But yeah, actually that's very close to E then, so they probably sound quite ugh. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Can drop to A or G. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Honestly, whenever I could do a classical guitar piece where I could drop D, it was like, ugh, the best. It just because for those who aren't aware, when we were talking about dropping A or dropping G, you retune the guitar to have lower notes. So a drop D would be retuning the lowest note on the guitar, which is the bass E, and making it even lower. So it kind of just expands the range of sounds you can make for making them even lower. And it's very fun. It's very fun. I always really enjoyed that part. Oh dear. Oh. Drop A being yeah, and then drop G being yeah. No, don't worry, I got you. Oh dear. I have seen before. It's been a minute, to be fair, since I've had to do any music theory, but I did do it. I promise. It's just been a really long time. Oh god. I hated music theory, to be honest, though. It was never my jam. Never really liked it that much. Oh, have a lovely look, Anime. Thank you for popping by. I hope the finishing touches on the craft room go really well. Hell yeah. There we go. Right, I need some sequins. I need some iridescent sequins. Okay. My inner 12-year-old dropping the D. Oh dear, it's very important. You know, there's some songs that require it. I'm trying to think. I think... Do I play any songs? I sometimes play A Day in November and that drops D. Oh, and there's, if you're doing Howl's Moving Castle properly, you need to drop the D, but I'm lazy. Wow. There we go. I feel like I can hear a phone going off and I don't think, no, it's not I don't think it's mine. I know it's not mine, but I can hear someone's phone. It's throwing me off a little bit. Like, whose phone ringing? Oh, dear. Oh, do you wanna quickly, should we mention the stuff that happened yesterday or no? Do you think, Shifty? Just as a second opinion. It's a difficult one because it's obviously a very heavy topic, but I'm also like, don't want people to feel like it depends. Yeah. I don't want people to think that we're standing with what's going on there and that I'm still aiming for world champion. I'm not. But it's heavy. Oh dear, migraines the worst. Oh no, I hope you feel better soon. I fully agree with you. Migraines are the worst. They heckin' suck. I think maybe a statement, not too much of a rant or discussion. Okay, yeah, that might be the best way of handling it. Okay, so really quickly, I'm just gonna make a quick statement. I'll go into face cam. So yesterday, but technically it was the day before, I found out yesterday. I found out some stuff about the World Cosplay Summit. I found out some stuff about what they were doing to their contestants and the way that they were handling where they were hosting it. Because of the statements that they have made, I am no longer aiming to become the world champion of cosplay through World Cosplay Summit. Unfortunately, the policies they're doing, the changes they've made and where they are now hosting means you cannot enter as someone who is openly LGBT. You cannot enter as someone who is trans. You just can't. And so as someone who is openly bisexual and would have to scrub their entire social media to pretend that I wasn't, and also ethically, I will no longer be aiming for that competition. It doesn't sit right with me. My heart goes out to everyone who's been told even though they've qualified, that they can no longer take part because they are LGBT or trans. It's a very horrible situation. If you want to look into it more yourself, you can literally just type in World Cosplay Summit or WCS on Twitter, you will find it. A lot of cosplayers have come forward with their own statements, but the statement that I would make about it is, personally, I will not be entering. I will be still being bisexual, I'm afraid, and standing with the rest of the LGBT, and especially the trans people who have been kicked out of the event. Yes, there you go. That would be my statement. I will no. So we'll be finding something else to aim for. It won't be that. And I don't think it will ever be that, not after what's happened this year. Yes. There we go. I hope that's kind of puts out what, that kind of explains my stand on it. Yes. I don't want people to think that, because I've been saying for the last 3 years that I'm going to aim to become World Cosplay Champion, I don't want people to think that I in any way agree with the stuff that they're doing, or that I will be supporting the stuff that they're doing with my cosplays. Yes. It's technically discrimination. It's not technically discrimination. It's, I'm not going to go into a whole rant about this, by the way. It's being held in Saudi Arabia, and it's fully legal what they're doing, because in Saudi Arabia, you'll be killed for being gay. So that's what it is. While it is the World Cosplay Summit, it is held in Saudi Arabia. There you go. Now you understand. And if you don't, Google it. I'm not going into a whole rant about that today, for sure. But yes. If you want more information, if you want to see the other cosplayer side, people have been posting them on Twitter. People have been posting the things they've had from the event organizers, and you can find it there. But yes, it will not be something I'll be going into detail on stream because it is an incredibly heavy topic, and I don't mind tackling heavy topics on stream normally, but this is one that affects me very personally. So I'm going to ask for just a little bit of empathy. I don't want to talk about it on stream that much. I'll make my statement so that you know where I stand, but this is something that also has upset me on a personal level as someone who's had it as their goal to win that competition for about 20 years. So, well, maybe not quite so long, but most of the time that I've been cosplaying, I have wanted to win that, and now it is no longer something that I'm physically allowed to enter. So, on a personal level, I'll ask for some empathy. It's not what I want the whole stream to be about, but I did think it was important that people knew my stand because it's been something that I've talked about so many times in the past, that though I don't agree with them. Yes. Oh dear. Go for in the Middle East, pure garbage, yeah. Also, Bateman, good morning. Are you feeling a little better today? I hope so. Heck, it's not fun. Not fun to not be able to eat every single food under the sun. I hope that you can eat every single food. That being said, you timed it well because you basically had a whole week off work, right? Have you managed to like be sick at exactly the right time to get the entire week off? Because that's tactical chunder, and I want to do that when I go back to work. I want to make sure that when I throw up, it's at a time which means I get the entire week off work. You'll have to teach me your ways. Oh dear. Better today, but was asked to take today off too. Yeah, I heard yesterday on stream, which makes sense because you have to stay 48 hours home from when you've last thrown up, unless it's for something like migraines. I didn't get that. Makes sense, it happens a lot, but you know, yeah, unless it's for something like migraines, you have to, I'd have to pretend I was throwing up for another reason, and I think that'd be pretty difficult. Like, I have a face slump. It's either I'm having a stroke or I'm having a migraine. Very understandable, yeah. I apologize for not compromising. Thank you. Oh dear. Well, also, to be fair, I was talking about this with Shiny. I was like, how do I even if I wanted to, even if I was like, screw the LGBT, I'm gonna pretend to be straight. I've done fundraisers for gay organizations. When you type my name into Google, that's one of the things that'll come up, and I can't scrub that from the internet, so I think it would actually be physically impossible for me to enter because of the fundraising we've done for the LGBT, and also because I do stuff like this. And that's in a lot of my streams, so it's like, it's I'm sorry, you can't scrub the gay here, it's everywhere, it's infested everything. 2 days off, 3 days in, next week I'm back Monday, and then off for, god damn it, Bateman, how have you planned this so well? Maybe this is, because wasn't Dem saying that it was Queenie poison you? Maybe Queenie did it out of love, because they were like, oh, but if you were ill now, you'd get a whole week off work, so I'll just make you sick. Chalky, good morning. I hope you're doing well. The key is not puking, but pooping. Work won't say anything. Can you get the poops with migraines? I know that it can affect your bowels, but I don't feel like it's normally to that extent. I think it's more normally in the other direction, right? Where like you can't poop for a long time, rather than like you get the poops. I feel like it's that way around. Will it always be? Yeah, they've settled. They have settled. And even if they do change at this point, morally, they've chosen to do it. They've made a statement that that's what they want. And they have labeled themselves as being homophobic. So, again, if you choose to enter in the future, that's for you. I would say have a little look into more detail before you throw your hat in either way. Go Google it a little bit. Again, I don't want to turn this whole stream into talking about that, because it is something that has unfortunately hit me very hard as well, as one of the people affected. So I don't want to make the whole stream about that. But if you are interested, the information is out there, and it's very freely available to you. Yes. Dear. You haven't got the bad migraines? I haven't got the poop migraines. I feel like I maybe do have the bad migraines though. I feel like maybe that's not the right classification as someone who has literally been disabled by migraines for 7 years. Like officially and medically. Oh, but no, sure, my migraines aren't that bad. You know, my migraines aren't that bad. They're the good migraines, clearly. They only disabled me my entire adult life, you know. The good shit. How's the smocking going? Really well, really well. I've channeled a lot of energy into this week, and we are zooming through. Are there good migraines? Also a very fair point. That being said, we did discuss this at one point in the past. And the thing is, if there exists a thing, there is likely someone who fetishizes said thing. So there is probably, statistically, one person in the world that gets some kind of gratification out of having a migraine. Probably. Especially with how common migraines are. So, personally, it's not me, but I'm sure that someone will enjoy a good migraine. But I want to say there's like one person there. One person. Oh dear. But then again, it's not necessarily that they're having a good migraine, it's just good for them. They like it. And listen, I'm not going to judge. I'm a little confused, but I'm not going to judge. I would say it'd probably have to be some kind of combination fetish of like enjoying head pain, maybe enjoying being blindfolded, maybe enjoying vomiting. Is vomiting a fetish? Probably. I don't know. I probably am going to be a little careful here and not Google a lot of the things that I'm saying, because yes, oh dear. 22 years, sometimes we get the bad ones. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess what I have is not that bad then. Sure. Oh dear. Back when I was in Air Force, I met this guy who claimed the only reason he drank was to... Really? No, I'm not, no. You're not gonna get me to Google vomit fetish today. I'm putting my foot down. There are some things I will not Google, and I am not Googling vomit fetish. that is not entering my Google history. Although it would be very funny. I do like the idea. You know the memes where people are like, "Oh, the FBI is watching my computer," kind of thing. So I view really weird stuff. I do like the idea that someone's like watching my computer to see what I click. I'm just there like, vomit fetish. I do wonder about the stuff that we sometimes Google live on stream. If anyone was ever to see that history, it'd be a bit like, it wouldn't even be like her. It'd just be a confusing mess of like, that's fine. Just one guy claimed it and I have no evidence to the contrary. I don't think it must be, I think, to be honest, if I had to guess, I think a fear of vomiting is more common than a fetish for vomiting, right? I think most people don't want to throw up, right? But I mean, again, if you do, please be safe. But like, you know, yeah. Oh my. So good morning. I hope you're doing well. I haven't Googled it, so it's not been added to my Google history yet. But we've been discussing about whether, you know, things that you don't like but somebody else might, right? I wouldn't say that, I think I used to have a phobia of vomiting, mainly other people vomiting though, but now it's things have changed. you know, you throw up enough times and I guess it goes away. But I still don't like it. Like, I would still, if I could go for the rest of my life without being ill, like, yeah, sure. I'd love that. 10 out of 10. That sounds great. Yeah, but someone, yeah. It's like, you know, when you talk about these things, you're trying to logic it out. Like, how could it be a fetish? Like, how could it be? How could you turn this into a fetish? Like, I'm struggling. I'm struggling. Yeah, definitely not Googling that. Yeah, wouldn't recommend it. My assigned FBI agent must be delighted with my authentic hand stitching techniques. And all the fun stuff. So a lot of what I am Googling is when I'm writing messages for friends or doing captions and stuff like that. I don't know, I'm really bad at spelling. So like literally, when I say my Google is boring a lot of the time, like 50% of my Googling is just me Googling how to spell like definitely. Absolutely. I'm just Googling that because I don't know how to spell it. So I just type it into Google, Google corrects me, and then I copy that one into whatever I'm doing. And that's like a lot of what I do. It's very boring and it's not very exciting and it's just me Googling how to spell words. I sort of want to throw up, but the feeling of pending potential upstruck is bad, and then when it happens, yeah, feeling sick sucks. It's one of the things where it's like, I think feeling sick is like a very how do you can't ignore it. It's like blocked nose, you know? Like, I find it very difficult to work while feeling ill. I find it even, honestly, actually, I think, would I rate blocked nose higher than nausea? I experience nausea a lot more often than I experience blocked nose, see? I think I would. I think the hardest thing that I struggle with when it comes to concentration is having a blocked nose. I've never streamed with a blocked nose, and I never will, because as soon as I have a blocked nose, I am like a whining child, and I can get literally nothing done. I can work through pretty much anything else, but blocked nose, can't do it. Really, really struggle. Really hate it. Oh dear, am I winning? I'm winning right now because I don't have a blocked nose. And that is probably the only reason that I'm winning, for the lack of blocked nose. I haven't won anything except for the lottery of not having a blocked nose in this exact moment. And that's pretty good. I can barely talk about dog puking without gagging. Yeah, fair. Bananas make me gag. The smell of them. I like the taste. I like the taste of bananas, but when someone peels a banana, I'm like, ugh. Can't handle that. But then you give me banana bread and I'm like, yeah, I love banana. Just can't handle the smell of it. I don't know what it is. The smell of banana really upsets me. I can't take out the bins if there are bananas in it. Like if there's a banana skin in our food bin, I have to have Shiny take it out because I will just like gag and cry. I have a very strong reaction to the smell of banana. But the taste is fine. I don't mind the taste of banana. Probably wouldn't eat it on its own because of the smell, but like in things, like banana chips are fine, banana pudding's fine, banana milkshake's fine, banana flavored things I can do. It's just the smell. Can't do it. And you like the smell of monkeys? You know, I can't recall ever having smelled a monkey, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's a hidden memory. Oh dear, eat a banana a day. I know I used to eat a banana a day. Something's changed. Ah, dear. Something has changed. I have a most PG. You don't need to be PG anymore because we're a mature channel. We're only PG during charity events. The rest of the year we are 18 plus because I like to talk about puking fetishes. So we have to stay 18 plus just because, you know, yeah. Oh dear. How are you? I'm good, Dice. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing good. I'm all right. I'm all right. I've been very productive this week. I've got a lot of work done. We have zoomed through these. Dear, do you ever play with a capo? I always play with a capo. Whenever I am, and like this is something that I've done since I was really young. When I'm learning a new piece, if it's complicated, I will put a capo at like a 4th fret, I think it is, and I will play it higher up because I have really small hands. So initially making some of the stretches can be like a bit of a challenge. So yeah, I play with a capo when I'm learning a newer, more complicated piece. I don't need it with the simpler ones, but as soon as you're doing a lot of jumping, I need to have a little bit smaller just so I can learn, and then I move back down again. So yeah, I play with capo a lot. I love capo. Capo good. 10 out of 10. Bum. Oh my god, a bum. If one considers humans, do I smell humans though? I mean, I guess sometimes, not normally on purpose. Like, I wouldn't say that I go around, well then I don't really go around, to be honest, either. Do I sniff humans? No, I don't recall. I don't recall. I know that I've smelled BO before. Like, again, not on purpose. Normally it's on the train back to or from work, and like someone really stinks. I can't say that I enjoy that very much, but yeah, it's not on purpose. Are you a human smeller? You know, it's a question I wasn't expecting to answer today. You caught me unprepared. I wasn't ready to answer that question. I'm gonna run out of here before I get too late. Are you gonna come in about talking about smelling BO? Hell yeah. BO stories. Oh dear, the natural progression from vomit fetish to BO story. Oh dear. Sir Peanut, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Jellyfish run around sniffing humans. Well, this is the thing. I don't think that I do, but I will say that I have smelled people before, but not on purpose. It's more like in passing, and you're like, ugh. Yeah, like, and again, it's normally on public transport, and someone's just a bit sweaty. I've smelt that before, but I wouldn't say that I was doing it on purpose, and I wouldn't go for a second whiff, you know? Saving you from the me. What's the smelliest in the last month? I don't go outside. I think I've met one person the last month, and I don't remember them smelling at all of anything. So I guess it's me. Like, the problem is I'm not a good candidate because I don't leave the house. Like, I'm still struggle with my health quite a bit, so I'm very much stuck in the house a lot of the time. And so yeah, I guess by default it'd have to just be me. But I don't really remember smelling. Can you smell yourself? I don't feel like you can very easily, not unless you're really stinky, right? Like as far I can't smell it. Like, it doesn't smell like anything, but it's because I'm so used to it, I assume. But like, yeah, like, nah, it doesn't smell like anything. It smells like nothingness to me. It might smell like something to you, but to me, my body is nothingness. Oh dear. So shiny's not funny? No, not really. Not really. I do think that actually, I did read about this a long time ago, that some people do just have like a stronger, not like bad BO, but like a stronger body odor than others. So like some people's natural body smell is more obvious. But I don't feel like I've come across anyone who has like a really obvious body smell that's not bad, like just a normal body smell. I don't know. I guess sometimes like, in old people's home there's a smell of like, because you have like the old people smell, right? Would that count? Would like old people smell count? Sometimes. What if there's a suggestion that you could smell the setup? You know what you'd smell? It'd be like my tea and my coffee, because I do like, obviously right now I have like a cold one, but like I do like a lot of like more floral scented teas. So a lot of what I smell while I'm live is like that. It's the tea. You can make your sweat smell like alcohol. I didn't even think of that. Can you flavor your sweat? I guess you probably could if you drink a lot of the same thing. My mum and formerly her parents' old folks home didn't have any of that smell. You know, I would kind of say, so I remember like my grandparents had some of that smell, but the house itself didn't. I don't know what the old people smell is. I think it's lavender. I think it's if you bathe in lavender. Eat a lot of garlic and you sweat will be very I'm very hesitant to Google a lot of this stuff because I feel like it's gonna add something weird to my history, but I'm really curious on like how much garlic you'd have to eat so that you smelt like garlic. Like, just as an experiment, if I ate a lot of lavender, would I smell like lavender? I mean, I will say I don't necessarily want to smell like garlic specifically, because like I feel like that's a specific smell that I think I could only handle for a short period of time. That's interesting. I'd never thought of that. Like almost like making a natural perfume by eating the right things. That's kind of cool. But I guess you have to be careful because obviously they do say to eat things in moderation. And I don't know how much garlic you need to eat to smell like garlic. So it might not be very moderate. I've eaten a fair-sized tub of garlic and it was... Really? Wait, so you've had it happen to you? Ah, see, now I'm really tempted. God. I don't think I want to do garlic specifically though, just because it's one of those smells where I like it initially, but I get sick of it quite quickly. And so if it was like coming out of my skin, I think I'd be like, ugh. Vampires hate this one trick. Find out how. Where you eat lots of garlic and then you sweat garlic. Yeah, I know about the asparagus one. I also know if you eat a lot of beetroot, your pee can go purple. But again, you have to be careful with these kind of experiments because like, you don't want to damage your digestive system by binging beetroot, you know? Your blood becomes garlic. Hashtag purple piss. Yeah, it's a lot of heckin' damage. Yeah, moderation comes first. But yeah, subjective. I like it. That and coffee. Coffee pee. Okay. Coffee. I do like... See, now coffee is one that I imagine I could drink more of. But can I sweat caffeine? Can I sweat pure caffeine? Can I sweat coffee? Oh no, it's just can caffeine make you sweat? I don't care about that. Is it possible to sweat coffee? No, I don't want this. Can you sweat caffeine out? Oh no, once it's in there, you're fucked. Got you, thanks Google. This is not giving me the answers I need. I need to know if I can make my sweat smell like a coffee shop. Because I wouldn't mind that. Out of all the ones, that to me would be the most tolerable so far. Oh dear, gonna pass on that. Cause so too much your skin turns blue. You know, everything in moderation, right? Do love cookie, you get high by someone licking you. You know, I don't think that I want to put myself in that position though, personally. Oh my god, excuse me. Violent hiccup. That took me by surprise as well. Ow. I feel like I sucked air in there. That was not nice. Nice. No, not nice. Not nice. Too much air. Ugh. One day I'm gonna like pull a muscle hiccuping, I think. Like genuinely one day I'm gonna hiccup and be like, ow! Oh, it's not happened yet though, I don't think. As far as I'm aware, and I feel like I'd know. I feel like if you pull a muscle in your neck, you'd probably know, right? Your squeaker went off, it did go off. Oh dear, it happens, I can't help it. Are hiccups a fetish? Do I need to start like, you know, like people have like the sensor where it's like beep as people hiccup? Everything is. Dude, I should be recording these and monetizing it, god damn it. Heck, I should have like a Patreon only version where you can actually hear my hiccups. Holy moly, that's a hiccup? Yeah, so it's a family tradition. I don't know what it is about my family, but we all seem to at some point in this life get like, at some point in life, normally like I'd say mid-20s, late 20s, we all get these hiccups where they just happen every now and again. And like Mama Jelly does it, Sister Jellies do it, except for one. It's like we all just have this random hiccup that we do a few times a day. I don't know. I remember like teasing my mum about it when I was a kid, and now I'm an adult and I do it too, and it's like, bugger, I caught the hic. I have missed so much fetish bait, god damn it. I could have been making like a Patreon only version of my Twitch streams where I don't mute the hiccups. I will say though, you guys have the hiccups on, you have the hiccups on filtered, so for you, it's actually not that bad. When I'm ever in a Discord call with people and people hear it unfiltered for the first time, because I have my settings through OBS, so when like I'm on Discord on my mic, there's no filters. Whenever people hear it for the first time unfiltered, they're like, Jesus, it will peak everything if I don't filter them out. Yeah, they're very, very loud. They are like, a lot. Louder than I could normally be. Oh dear. It's a unique and strange genetic. It's very annoying. Have you ever looked a stranger dead in the eye and screamed? Yeah, I have. Many times. Because you just don't know when it's gonna happen. You get like a couple seconds to be like, I'm going to hiccup. And it's like, 1. And then yeah, that's it. I don't get time. So there's been many times where I've like made uncomfortable eye contact and then hiccuped really loudly, and it's like, this is not the human interaction that I wanted today. Heck. Why are you always hiccuping? I don't know. Genetics. Asylum, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Sniffing humans, monetizing hiccups. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is, you know, sometimes, do you ever have days where you just explore the weird crevices of your brain? That's like every stream at the moment. We're just exploring the weird crevices of our brain. And being like, what do we want to talk about today? I don't know, hiccup fetishes. I have to be careful though, because obviously hiccuping is something that I do on stream and it's not on purpose, and I don't want Twitch to think that I'm accidentally making fetish content. I'm not, and I'm not monetizing my hiccups, and I'm not planning to, and it's not on purpose, and I don't really get any warnings, so there's nothing I can do about it. So my genetics come from my mum's side? I think so. I get a lot of genetics from my mum's side as well, because they all get migraines. I look a lot like my mum. So yeah, I think I probably pull more genetics from my mum's side than my dad. I got my dad's hair, but everything else is my mum, I think, pretty much. Oh, and my dad's nose, but then it's difficult to tell that one because I've broken it so many times. I love the bi flag, which no! I like the pan flag. Like, maybe it's the grass is always greener on the other side. I prefer the pan flag. One day when I eventually get married, we are actually doing the colors of the pan flag because those are like my 3 favorite colors. Like, I adore your flag, but I've only ever liked 2 people, so I can't in good faith identify as pan because I'm very much a 1 and a 1. Oh dear. You love purple? See, I like yellow and pink, and then Shiny's favorite color is the cyan color, so it's like... that's it's also printer colors. Oh, did I feel we have a boatload of work, you have no motivation? Lee, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Other than the boatload of work. Oh dear. I love purple. There's a hiccup fetish. Carlotta, good morning. Well, we think that everything could be a fetish. I haven't Googled hiccup fetish yet, so I don't know too much about it, but I wouldn't be surprised. Oh no, the magic of TikTok has shown me the beauty of non-binary people, so I adjusted to pan. Well, I've always... so here's the thing. Well, actually, I guess non-binary people would be... Yeah, that would be another gender, wouldn't it? Because I've always thought of bisexual as liking 2... But it doesn't necessarily mean men and women, right? Because it could be men and non-binary people. It could be... Oh, sorry. I've always thought of bisexual as people that like 2. So, could be men and women. Could be women and non-binary. Could be non-binary and men. But it's 2. It's not everyone, and gender still plays a role. But only like 2 people, and they were both really hot. Or they both are really hot, I'm sure. And it's like, so clearly gender had some kind of influence. It's just that they happen to be opposite ends of the scale. Ah, dear. Oh. Also, hi. MB's a fit. I need there to be an emotional connection, I think, for there to be anything else. And since I've been in a relationship, it's like there's not going to be an emotional connection like that unless I'm cheating, and I'm not planning to do that. Ideally, I would like to not cheat, you know? I've got a pretty good relationship going here. But yeah, I need there to be some sort of emotional thing. Otherwise, yeah, I'm just nuttin'. I'm a nuttin' lady. What? There we are. Nearly done. Don't care about gender personality. I just want them to be fit. Honestly, fair. Goals. you just like, listen, you're hot? Hell yeah. Ah, oh, dear. I'm circling back to like vomit fetish in my mind. Excuse me. My brain is a little broken today. So I just want them to be hot, and I want them to be able to like vomit at 30 feet, you know? That's all I want from a person. I need them to be hot, caring, loving, and I want them to be able to vomit at least 30 feet. Yeah, that's all I want. Oh my god. Oh, I like the explanation, but my motto since I was a teen has been, I like you, and I am sexually attracted to you, you're fair game. Yeah, fair. You don't demand much, don't you? No, I'm a simple lady. I want few things from a partner. You know, love, care, attraction, of course, being able to vomit 30 feet, you know. I don't think it's that much to ask for. You know, I keep my standards relatively low. Oh, I don't know anyone with a vomit fetish. Me neither. Out of all the fetishes we've talked about on stream, that is one that's like, I'm sure that it exists, but I don't know anyone who has that. And again, I know more people that have like a phobia of being sick, not an attraction to it. So I think it's probably a relatively unusual fetish. Yeah. Not that it doesn't exist, but probably less. I know vor people. Vor is being eaten, right? Like when you want to be eaten. See, I get a bit claustrophobic. I don't... I'm not sure if that's one for me. Like, yeah, I don't think I could. I don't like being in small spaces that I can't escape. And I need to be, like, I don't mind being in a small space. It's when you can't get out of the said small space. Like, I'll go and sit in a small cupboard and be fine as long as I can open the door, you know? So I think for me, that's never gonna quite click. It's just not there. Oh dear, Wise, good morning. I hope you're doing well. You have joined in a bit of an unusual conversation, I will say, heads up. But otherwise, I hope you're doing good. And I just finished the sequining. I got more sequins. It will need some embroidery, but like I said, I'm going to hold off on doing the embroidery today and just focus on the sequining and the smocking because I just want to give my thumb a little bit of a rest. Yeah. Vomiting 30 feet is a weird self-defense. True. It kind of would be a self-defense mechanism though, wouldn't it? How far is 30 feet? I said it as kind of... That's quite a long way, actually, isn't it? Maybe I should lower my expectations a bit. 30 feet is probably a little bit long. It would be impressive, though. But that's maybe a little... Yeah, something like that. That's 10 meters. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's a little far. Maybe it's a little far. Yeah. Then, which I wouldn't care. Do what you want. Fair. That's interesting. Yeah. I guess it's almost the same as like spitting venom and spitting, because like a lot of snakes can spit really. How far can the longest snake? Can they do 30 feet? How far? I'm okay with Googling this one. Can snakes spit venom? 4 to 8 feet. So 8 feet would be about 2.4 meters, which for a snake actually is still a very long way to spit venom. But yeah, that's pretty... That is actually quite far, actually. But that's interesting, depending on the side of the snake, yeah, which makes sense. I'm assuming bigger snakes can spit the venom further. That's really cool. That is long. That's pretty sick, though. Oh, dear. Unusual. So sniffing humans monetizing here because projectile body footage isn't considered polite conversation. I mean, it is here, but maybe not if you were going to, like, high tea or something. There's a frog that shoots out of its eyes. Ooh, interesting. 30 years, so much more language updates have happened. Oh dear. Gallo guys gotta have stamps. True. I'm wondering if mine are a bit high, maybe. Oh dear. Interesting convo indeed. Yeah. It's been a bit of a weird one this morning. That being said, it doesn't matter because I'm getting my work done. I'm doing good. I'm gonna pin this on the mannequin for now, just because again, I'm not gonna work on it until my thumb is a little bit better. It doesn't actually look that bad, but it was a little bruised after, was it Monday stream, Tuesday stream? It was a little bit bruised. It doesn't feel too bad anymore, but yeah. When are you gonna do a projectile vomiter cosplay? There is like, what's it called? Spitters? Spitters in, oh, what's the game? I can imagine it so vividly. The one with spitters in it. Left 4 Dead, thank you, that's the one. There's like Left 4 Dead, yeah. I don't know how far they go. Oh, are they in Resident Evil as well? All of them. Everyone has spitters in it. 3 AM over here. Oh, bless you. When you do go to bed, I hope that you get some good sleep. That is a late night. All right, let me pop my sequin pot closed so I don't accidentally sweep that off the desk. Let me have some more coffee as well, because you know what? I deserve it. Left 4 Dead was the one that I was thinking of. Oh, dear. It's been a long time since I played Left 4 Dead. I played it back in college. It was a fun multiplayer game, though. I did enjoy it. Fun game. I just haven't played it for a long time. It was actually, weird jelly trivia, one of the first games I ever downloaded on Steam was, I think, Left 4 Dead 2. I got it as a gift from a friend. I think then it got free, but whatever. They gifted me some stuff to do with it so we could play together, and I was like, cool. Let's play Left 4 Dead, and I had a really good time. That was a good game. Oh. I guess it's been a bit stagnant, a lot of zombie games since then, but I really enjoyed that one. I make a fake one called Jellyfist. Oh, the strongest jellyfish? Hell yeah. And I wish... That's one thing I will say. Maybe that's kind of where I need to go with my art stuff. I'm not very good at designing creatures that don't exist. Like, when it comes to drawing something that I can already visualize, I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Like, you know, human face, animals, stuff like that. But I'm not very good at drawing creatures. And I would like to be better at drawing creatures. I would like to get good at that kind of thing. But I don't, yeah, that's probably like actually a fair gap in my artistic stuff. Can't draw creatures, but would like to. Ah dear. Draw an alpaca, I think I'm more talking about, rather than a hybrid, talking about like something that just straight up doesn't exist, like based on nothing. Draw something like that. I guess maybe it's more to do with the imagination though than the drawing skills. Like maybe my imagination just isn't there to imagine something that doesn't exist at all. Like I do think I'd probably end up falling back on stuff that I can already visualize. Oh dear. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, if you've not seen this bit, it's kind of exciting. You just thread your needle through these little bits, so you can like kind of poke it underneath, and you want to get it to about the center, pull it through the other side, and then, I just get my needle through, there you go. When you pull the thread nice and tight, it will make like a little bow, and it's really cute. So just like that. It's a little teeny tiny bow right there. It's so cute! And because we've painted the little spots on them, the spots look really weird before you get to this stage, but what they do is they make the bow look a little bit more intense and cartoonish, which is good for this character. Maybe not good for every character, but for this character, because it's a very cartoonish character, it looks good. This makes the bow look a little bit more shadowed and dramatic, because otherwise the spots look really weird before that, but it's worth it. They end up looking pretty cool. I wish you could draw without practicing drawing. I've actually really been enjoying practicing drawing this year. I didn't think I'd like it so much. I thought it'd become a chore really quickly, but I'm actually quite enjoying it. I still have a lot of days, so I think I still have more days where I dislike what I'm doing than that I like what I'm doing. But as the year's gone on, I've had more drawings that I've liked, which has been good. It's been nice. Dear, I will say TikTok is terrible for inspiration. Are you stitching the wrong side or the right side? So this is the wrong side, this is the right side. So I'm doing a little bit of both because I'm moving my stitch around because I have to go from bow to bow. So when I'm like navigating to the next bow, I'm doing that on the back side, and then I flip over to do the bow on the correct side. Yes, yes, yes. A bit of back. Do you say something about drawing? Wait. Actually, Shifty, we were talking about vomit fetishes and how far you could vomit in a straight line, and we found out that snakes could spit up to 8 feet. So nearly 2.5 meters is very impressive. And that we won't settle for less. But yeah, I guess technically we're kind of talking about drawing as well. Oh. Drawing was in there. Drawing was in there. Oh dear. I could do better than that. You know what? I don't. I believe it. I believe it. Oh dear. Yeah, we finished the sequening we started on. Like I said, we've been powering through. We only have... Actually, wait a sec. I have one more piece of light purple to do the base smocking on, and then all the base smocking for light purple is done. Unfortunately, we do have a few more pieces on the dark purple side of things that needs to get done, because I've been favoring the light side because it's much easier to see the lines on stream. Excuse me, on the other ones. Although I actually kind of like the end design more on the dark purple, because it ends up being like this cool, like, kind of like deep with silver on it. It's very pretty. I do like this. Even though I kind of prefer the look of that one, it's a lot harder to show you what I'm doing on stream, so I've been kind of avoiding doing it. We were talking about art a little bit. We've been talking about doing, because obviously I've been doing the art challenge of doing some every single day. But one thing that I think that I would really struggle with, which I haven't even touched upon, is making up imaginary creatures. I don't do it ever. Like, I'm always drawing off a basic idea of what I'm doing. And so I think if I was going to have to practice something, it would probably have to be practicing drawing imaginary creatures. I just don't have the practice of it. I want to learn how to draw, but I don't know what to learn first. I want to draw anatomy, shading, and coloring. There are probably more, but I don't know what... I mean, you do all of those. Like, anatomy, shading, and coloring, you do all of that in life drawing. I mean, there's a lot of online life drawing classes that you can do in your own time as well, where they kind of just will give you challenges and you have to set your own timers and stuff. Maybe just doing some online life drawing would be a good start. I will say, I think life drawing is the time where I've had it's the biggest learning curve of getting better in my life, but it's also where I've had the most failures, which makes sense, I guess. But because it is hard, and you make a lot of mistakes, especially early on. So you kind of have to celebrate the little victories a lot. Like for me, when I went into life drawing, especially the first year I did it, I hated pretty much every single drawing I did in the first year, and I probably did like 200, and I hated them all. But then coming into the second year, I started finding aspects of ones that I did like I might have done a really good foot on one piece, or I might have caught the lighting really well on another one, even if I didn't like a lot of the rest of it. So you know, you do start finding that, oh, I've done this part of it really well. And I will say, like, having that kind of perspective, knowledge, and knowledge of lighting and shading and colors is really, really useful, because that translates to basically everything. Like, I did life drawing for architectural drawings. Like, that's the reason we were studying it. Me and a few other people did like 2 and a bit years of life drawing, specifically so that we could better render architectural drawings. So it really does translate. It's a very useful skill. But and the online stuff makes it a lot easier, because you can buy, or like, there are a lot of free portfolios as well that you can just go through, and you just have to be like, if you set yourself a 5-minute time limit to do a quick sketch, you just kind of have to stick to it. What do you call it? It's I can't remember the word I want to use. But just sticking to what you say you're gonna do. I can't remember what it's called. There's a word for that when humans can do that. The human anatomy is cool. It is. It's hard. It's hard. Human anatomy is very difficult, but it's so worth it. I would even at this point go back and do life drawing again with a newer perspective, because obviously now I've developed a bit more of an art style that I enjoy drawing in. I would probably go back to life drawing just to get better at that sort of thing. Yeah. Human art. I like it. Yes. Oh dear. Wow. No, life drawing I always recommend to people. Always, always, always. Regardless of the art. Only though if you're okay with it. Because I know a lot of people struggle. Because in life drawing people are naked. I mean, I don't know if it's the same online, but in person, there will just be a naked person in the middle of the room. If that's something that makes you very deeply uncomfortable, which is, you know, fair, everyone's different. Or if it's like that you don't, how to put it, like religious stuff and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's not going to be for everyone. I recommend it to everyone, but it's not going to be for everyone. Oh dear. I know the first time I did it, well, probably the first few times I did it, I felt very, very awkward just having someone like posing naked, because you have to stare at them. Like, you're drawing them, so you're just there like staring at them the whole time. I felt very uncomfortable doing it the first few times. I think a lot of people do though. Some people don't care, but I felt pretty uncomfortable the first few times. And then you realize that it's like, I don't know, normal. And especially the more you get into it, the more you get into the drawing, right? The more you're like not really focusing on the fact that they're naked, and you're focusing on the fact that your drawing doesn't look like what you want it to look like. so over time, definitely the attention focus changes from they're naked to I hate my drawing. Oh dear. You know, the natural progression of life drawing. Oh dear. Just gonna look and find a really good book. Oh, you found one! Hell yeah! Oh, I hope you enjoy it. Oh, romance? Hell yeah. It's been a long time since I've read a romance. I wouldn't be against it, to be honest. I think the model doesn't care. They're getting paid for doing that. Oh yeah. The other thing as well, like, not all the models did this, because obviously we had quite a few models, but some of them afterwards would actually come around and look at your art. Some of them didn't. Some of them like did their poses and then they just left. But like some of them would come around and look at the art afterwards and thank you for drawing them, and it was like, oh, I don't know. Even if I hate my art, I'm glad that you appreciate it. It always made me feel a little bit better when they came around and they were like there was just a few of them that would do it, that would come around and like thank everyone for drawing them, which is really weird because obviously they're paid to be there and we've paid to be there, and it's like, I don't know. It was unusual, but it was really nice having them come up, look at your art and be like, thanks for drawing me. It was like, oh, because they liked it. They appreciated it, even if I didn't like it. Oh dear. But again, not all the models did that. Some of them did their time and then they left. which is very fair. You do what you want at the end of the day. The other thing is, like, depending on the time of the year, it wasn't always the most comfortable, I think, to be naked in that room. They did generally keep it pretty hot. Like, so it was normally like a fairly warm temperature, but yeah, no, it's, you know, you're in a lot of poses. You really do need to probably stretch if you've been holding a long pose. I definitely don't blame anyone for immediately going, getting changed and doing some stretches. It's called Cold as Puck. Aww. Oh, that does so cute. There's a site called Earthworld. There's just thousands of pictures of very average looking people. Hell yeah. I mean, that's honestly not a bad for like drawing tool though. And also because that is one thing. Live drawing, for me at least, the ones that I went to, sometimes they would drape fabric over the models, but that would be the only time where you'd ever be drawing fabric folds. So like, if you want to get good at drawing clothing, it is a little hard sometimes with live drawing because you're focused so much on anatomy. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think you can't do everything at once, but yeah, at least in my experience, it wasn't very, like, the models never wore clothing. Sometimes they'd have a sheet draped over them, and that'd be about as close as you got to clothing. Yeah. Oh god, we might not be flatting for about half the population. Ahem. Yeah, well, also because they have to stay still, so like, I think it would be quite bad if it was cold, right? Because like, for circulation and stuff, like you'd probably feel pretty unpleasant afterwards. Not that I imagine that they felt great after staying still for that long. I think the models tended to, so again, different kind of sessions for different things, but one of the ones that we did quite often, normally, because it was like a bi-weekly thing a lot of the time, so you'd go to the earlier one in the week, they do 5-minute studies, and that was quite common, and it'd either be a warm-up that they do for like 15-20 minutes, or it'd be the whole session. And I think the models seem to prefer those ones where they changed position every 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes you'd stop and do another drawing. Stop, do another drawing. And it forces you to start really getting the basics of anatomy in really, really quickly. I did like those ones. I do think they were really useful. They were very stressful because if you know, if you've gone too slow and you don't know the fundamentals, which I didn't for a long time, it takes a while to get used to that. But yeah, I think those are the ones the models seem to prefer. They normally hung around a bit more after those sessions than they did the others. Then again, I've never been a life drawing model, so I don't know. Oh dear. I do think it'd be more comfortable for the model for a long time if it was warmer. Yeah, like we'd normally strip off layers in the model because the room would be pretty warm comparatively to everywhere else. Oh dear. I mean, the name sold me even though I don't know anything about the book, but I saw you room mags and the name was Cold as Puck. Yeah, it's cute. It's a good name. A good name can sell you on a book, so even with a good cover or a good blurb. Having said all this, I haven't been to any life drawing classes, so listen up. Yeah, I've done them. I would do them again, but at this point I would have to pay like proper price. I'm not a student anymore. That's the thing. When you're a student, you either get it for free or you get it reduced. Whereas now it's like I'd have to actually pay. But I still recommend it. It's very useful. I did like it, and I did some. You know what? Like, not to toot my own horn too much, I did some pretty good art. Like, there are a few pieces from the 2 and a bit years that I was genuinely at the end of it like, I can't believe I drew that. And I don't think I've ever had that with any other artistic stuff that I've done. But with that, dear, yeah, there was a few pieces at the end of the 2 years, which sounds kind of crazy because, again, I drew hundreds of pieces in this 2 years. I guess it's kind of like photos. You draw loads and then there's just like a couple that you end up liking. But yeah, there's only a few that I displayed afterwards, but I was genuinely so proud of them. Like I was and I still am. I'm still like, those are probably the best drawings I've ever done, full stop. Like, I can't show them on Twitch because there's naked people in there, but they are probably the best like stuff I've ever done. Would you go to an alpaca drawing class? Probably no, but I would go to an alpaca petting class where I could pet the alpacas. Absolutely. Students get the best deals, but only when you're no longer a student. Yeah. Also, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We're talking a little bit about life drawing, actually. We're talking a little bit about life drawing and how it can help and all that good stuff. I don't know if the cover has a real life guy with his shirt off. Oh, okay. Gives me ick. But Kindle book doesn't have it, so I don't have to look at the cover. Shifty, what was your pen name? Not your actual pen name, but like, what was it? Was it Shifter? Oh no! Oh no! Wait. It wasn't your pen. It wasn't the pen. It was the tag. I was like, I've seen some books that look like that. Oh my god! I remember this conversation. This is a good one. Oh dear. Atlantic, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I don't have a pen name. You're right, you don't. We were just having, I remember, it was in Vile's chat, wasn't it? We were having a conversation about Shifty being like, what was it? An author? And so I typed in Shifty author book or something in Google, and some stuff came up. And it's not Shifty, I will say. It is not Shifty under a secret pen name. It turns out, a genre of, I think, gay romance novel where people shapeshift into animals. Anyway, I don't really know that much about it, but what is really funny is when you were typing in like Shifty book, what was coming up was all of this gay romance novel. It was so funny. Oh my god. Oh dear. 10 out of 10. But yeah, it's not that the author is called Shifty, it's that they're shifter. So it's MM Shifter, which sounds like an awful author name. Like, it sounds like a pen name, MM Shifter, but it's male on male shapeshifter is what it's short for. So I got a little confused, but yeah. That being said, if you ever need a pen name Shifty, I feel like you've got to take it. It's there. I went on an attack my room spree. Oh wait, I went on an attack my room spree, which immediately derailed to a research site about service dogs. Oh, hell yeah. I say Shilliam Shake Blair. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well, Jason. Welcome, welcome. Without trying to put his MPreg interest on me. Yeah, that's what that was. Shifty book is also close to shifter books. Yeah, well that's what Google thought as well. Google thought, Shifty Bloke, that's close to shifter books. Male on male fan fiction. It's like, oh, you're not wrong, but oh. I'm down to my room again without the complete derailment. How are you? I'm good. We've actually been super duper productive here this week, and we're zooming. You know what? Actually, can I spitball my idea at you guys really quickly? Because I'm kind of stuck in the middle a little bit here of like what I want to do, because a lot of things have changed recently, and I'm kind of just feeling a bit like lost. So I want to give myself a proper goal. So originally, let me spit on you. Spit on chat. Yeah, can I come a bit closer so I can spit at you? Unfortunately, I can't spit at a range of, what is it, 2.5 meters? I'll do my best though. I refuse to buy Fear's Company with topless men on the covers. I find it icky. Yeah, it's fair. It's his birthday, so you should accept it. True, it is File's birthday. Diagnose him once. This is my strategy. I accept it. Gave a girl spit. Oh my god. Flavored with coffee right now because that's what I've been drinking. Anyway, yeah, sorry. What I was going to spitball at you guys. So this is where my brain has been recently. Specifically the last couple of days of everything going on. I want to give myself a proper goal with this costume, and I want to work at it really hard. I want to like throw myself into it. So the competition that I would want to enter, it has changed a little bit. So I was expecting it to be at the beginning of November. It's actually at the beginning of December, which would give me an extra month. What I am considering, and there's a few things in here which are like positives and negatives. Do I want to aim to get this done by December and go to Birmingham MCM and try and enter it into a competition there? Or do I want to wait 1.5 years because it will be December the next year, where I think I will have had it done in plenty of time, but I will also just be sitting on a costume for probably several months because I'll have finished it early. So do I want to push hard and get it done for... Can you enter it in... Yeah, so Birmingham is where Crown Champs are. Not World Champions. Crown Champions is, which is the one that I'd want to enter it into. And I'm just... Would I go for that this year or next year? There's a few positives and negatives to it, to be honest. I'd say burnout is real. So I don't really get cosplay burnout, to be honest. I get burnout in other things, but not so much in cosplay because there's so much to do. So maybe it'd be okay. Oh dear. Luna, oh my god, thank you so much for the 21 months. Also, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. That's a very heckin' long time. Thank you so much. Ah, dear, excited. I mean, you could always try and see if you make it the deadline. Yeah, that's going to be the difficult thing, though. So if I want to go this year, I will need to book a hotel a bit ahead of time just to make sure that we can go up there. But yeah, I'm up in the air on it. The reason that I kind of want to aim for this year, to be honest, is I want to give myself a solid focus. Because right now I feel a bit like I'm floating in the nothing and I don't have a solid goal. And it kind of, I don't know, it's not taking away from the enjoyment of the cosplay too much, but I know that if I had like a bit of a sooner deadline, I'd probably enjoy it a bit more, because I like that working towards, like, I really enjoy it with Honkai, I've enjoyed it with Mateus. I like working towards a goal that's a bit sooner. It just motivates me a lot more when it comes to cosplay if I know exactly what I'm doing with it. And this one kind of has felt like it's been sort of floating in the background, which is fine, but I kind of, I don't know. Dear. I'm very much, the other thing is the money, because obviously I would have to also save money to go, which it is cheaper than London MCM, but it's just staying in a hotel and stuff. So I'm up and down about it. Because if I go this year, it's not that I wouldn't go the next year as well. It's just I would have a bit of a sooner goal. From the cosplay side of things, I want to enter in December. From everything else, I'm like, I should wait till next year. And that's where my brain's been of like what I want to do is enter right now, and I want to start grinding for it and going really speedy and having like a proper goal to aim for that I can enjoy working towards. But then everything else is like, probably wait till next year. You said no cons this year for a reason, and that's also right before Christmas, which is one of the most expensive times of the year. So there you go, that's my indecision. I don't think that I'll make a solid decision on it today, to be honest, but it's kind of, yeah. I'm feeling a bit up in the air about it, to be honest. Next, oh yeah, then we can compete together. Oh, God. Dear, what was anime suggestion? You could always try, yeah, after you make the deadline. It'd only be the hotels that I'd struggle with for that, I think. I'm doing okay. I bought some strawberry charms. Like, no, you're allowed. You're good. As long as you don't tell the judges that you made them from scratch, just don't mention them. If you buy something like that, you can just not mention it. Just don't mention it. You've been floating in the nothing for like, what, a week? I've flown nothing for, see, I always, so I'm a very scheduled person. I'm schedule orientated, you know? I feel very uncomfortable without a proper schedule and like knowing what I'm going for and planning and all that kind of stuff. Oh dear. Again, it's not that I'm not enjoying this cosplay as I'm doing it right now. It just feels like I could enjoy it a little bit more if I was kind of like, I don't know, properly going for it. There's no reason for me to properly go for it right now because I already know that I'll meet the deadline. I know it sounds very cocky, but like, I'll meet the deadline for December 2024. Like, that's fine. Oh dear. Unless I just stop making it, I guess. I don't really want to put it down. I am enjoying making this costume, so I don't really want to put it down for like a long period of time. The other thing is I always find if I put a costume down for too long, I never come back to it. But maybe that's just a me issue. More than maybe that's a me issue, but yeah, if I put a costume down for too long, I'm just like, and now I'll never go back to it. Also, I need to get rid of all of the fan fiction on the other screen because it is getting a little bit distracting. Let me go back to how far, there you go, snakes can spit venom. That's better. I'm more comfortable with that on my other screen. Like, power to you, but like having a whole screen of topless men is it's not maybe the most appropriate for being live on Twitch. Oh dear. There we go. I mean, there's always the coin flip technique. True. True. The problem is, my heart wants one thing, and my budget, sensibility, and time commitments want another. So, yes, I know what I would want the coin to land on. I just don't know how I would make it happen, I guess. I'm very in between on it. Like, I'm very stuck. Like, I was discussing with Shiny the other day, and it's just, I like simple black and white answers of yes, no, and this is not a black and white answer, so I struggled. Oh dear. I guess the other option would be, because by that point, I'm really hoping we get a car pretty soon. By that point, we should definitely have a car. We could go up for just the day, compete for the day, and then come back down again. I mean, it wouldn't be the most exciting convention because they would have only done it for one day, but I wouldn't have to worry about hotels then. And I'd only have to buy a one-day ticket, which is normally a little easier than getting weekend tickets later on anyway. I don't know. I'm not sure. Vroom, 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 vroom. Ah, dear. The trick is to see how you feel about the result. But I don't know how I feel about the result. I'm very torn, honestly. I'd love to enter this year just to like have that proper goal and motivation and everything, but I'm also like, would it be better next year? I don't know. And then I could enter with Sunkoi as well. And maybe a few other people. I don't think I know anyone that's going this year. I mean, it's not always a bad thing. Like, it's nice to meet new people, but I do like also meeting the people that I know too. Oh dear. Mayo, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We are getting some of the initial smocking bits done, so we finished the base. We're now just neatening up all of the little bows. So we have one line of bows, we need 2 more. And these ones will have beads on it. So let me get my beads out. There you go. Oh dear. The lemons always suck. Yeah, I don't think you're torn. You know what your heart wants to do it. Yeah. There's something else my heart wants as well that I also have to save for, which I can't say loud on stream because it's a secret. It's a secret. Super secret. Not from you guys, from Shiny. I don't want to spoil it for Shiny. But it would take away from that as well, which would be a bit of a shame. So there's something that I want to do. Ugh. Secret, yeah. I want to get... Okay, wait. You have to come close, and I have to make sure that you can still hear me, because I don't want to accidentally spoil it, because Shiny can hear me from this room. So, Shiny's computer is breaking, and I would like to be able to afford to get Shiny a new computer. There you go. It's a lot, though. You can imagine that's not exactly cheap. But... So I'd have to find a way of being able to do this other... Oh my god, sorry, my mic's probably way too high. Wait, now I'd have to find a way to get this done on a very low budget, if that makes sense, because my budget is going towards that, if I can. Oh dear. Exciting, yeah. Oh dear, that's a good reason to not do the cosplay thing if both can't happen. Yeah, I'd have to see if there's a way that I can do both, because right now I kind of want to prioritize that other thing. Yeah, but so I guess that's my real dilemma. Is there a universe in which both of them can happen? Because my heart wants to do it, but if I do that, would I give up the other thing because then it's not worth it? Yeah, that's kind of, I guess, and that's why I guess there's not going to be a solid answer today, because I'd actually need to like look into what I could do to make it a possibility. So yes, there you go. I do feel a bit better now that I've at least put it out there. Also, Mayor, thank you for the lurk. It's very kind of you. I think there probably is, but the other thing is expensive. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't have to be the whole thing, but enough so that they could afford the rest of it on their own, if that makes sense. So, like, if I can get the major components, I'd be okay with that. But yeah. Because I'll be honest, I wouldn't probably get it. Like, I'd give them, you know, the money, not actually get it. I'd let them get it themselves, because I don't know enough about it, you know? I wouldn't want to get the wrong thing by accident. But if it's enough to like at least get most of it, then that's okay. That's what I want to do. So yeah, I guess I just have to do some research. Maybe because if I do, I know. Yeah, I need to be more subtle, don't I? They're gonna find out. True. I'm like, a pass and a hotel. Well, we wouldn't need the hotel if we're only doing the one day, and that's the most expensive bit. The gas is about 20 quid, and then the pass is 50 quid each. We'll round it with some food in there, 150 quid. That's not that bad. and that's okay. We can do that. The bit that's going to be hard is the rest of it, and I wouldn't want that to chip into that code word unit code. I don't want Operation Rainbow to cut into Operation Pineapple. There you go. Pineapple's the secret one. Rainbow's the one that I didn't need a code word for. I don't want Operation Rainbow to cut into Operation Pineapple. And yeah, so there, yeah. Even if you need to rent a car, we won't know. We will be getting a car. We've put the money aside to get a car, and we do kind of just need one in daily life. So like, we won't be in hopefully a position to rent a car because we kind of need one. Like if I need to go to the hospital, we have to drive there, and this is becoming a problem because I have regular appointments. So yeah, and also like seeing a lot of family and stuff, you can only visit them by car most of the time. So we do actually like straight up need a car at this point. So yes, car is definitely on the schedule for this year, because otherwise we are very limited in a lot of the things we're doing, and also we're spending a lot of money on like taxis and stuff like that. So yeah, pineapple is good for a swing. Oh, is it? Oh, so I shouldn't use pineapple. Okay, Operation Watermelon. There you go. I don't want Operation Rainbow to cut into Operation Watermelon. There. That's better. We fixed it. Thanks, Shifty. I propose we refer to everything by operations and code names. Dice, you've zoned out. What are we talking about? It's going to be really difficult to explain now that we've given everything a code word. We're just sort of talking about plans for the rest of the year, though, and like budgeting and all that kind of stuff, and how we're going to work things out. Britain is a train world. You still need a car. Yeah, well, the thing is as well, in Wales, hopefully it's getting better because they are like, sorry, I need to itch my nose, and I don't want it to look like I'm picking my nose. I'm not. It's like the very end of my nose has a spot on it. It's really annoying. I don't need that clip circulating in the internet. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, they are electrifying Wales a little bit, so it should be getting better. But right now it's very, very iffy, and trying to leave Wales is like a bit of a pain a lot of the time. Like a lot of the time the trains do just randomly cancel and there's nothing you can do about it. Now how far we to protect how far at the pineapple? Well, that's mission Guinness. That's Mission Guinness. There you go. But we can't discuss Mission Guinness until we've worked out if we're doing Operation Watermelon. So Mission Guinness comes later. Oh dear. Gotta do what you gotta do to stop making your nose itch. Yeah, it's the end of my nose. It's like right there. Like the bit that's like not the tip, it's like there. And there's a spot there, and it's very annoying. I don't even know how you get a spot there. It's like the teeniest tiny one, but it's like really itchy. So I keep having to do this and itching like the end of my nose. I guess nose sweat maybe? I've been eating pretty well recently, so I don't think it's anything that I've eaten. Probably just too warm. Gonna BRB to screen. Oh, hell yeah. Check out the other Project Pineapple on Google. Oh, I didn't realize it was already a code word for something. But yeah, that's, there we go. That's the dilemma. I think we could work a way around it, but I would need to do some more research. And so I'm kind of, yeah, there's another thing as well, which is actually a secret to chat as well, which is, we'll call that Operation Yellow. No, actually not yellow. Let's go Operation Pink. I like pink, and pink's on the screen. Operation Pink, which is a secret to chat. Oh, and Operation Green. Operation Green and Operation Pink. I have two secrets right now. And they are, one of them is very much like a time and money sink, unfortunately. We do also have the loft conversion, which we could call Operation Loft, because that's not really a secret to anyone. So between Operation Pink and Operation Loft, a lot of our funds are already in those two directions. I just remember how I have a shirt that's just covered. Really nice. I like pineapples. I think they're good. Frogs are green. Frogs are green, but it's not Operation Frog. It's Operation Green. Also, thank you for the egg smash, Scott. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. We're talking in codes. I'm gonna start needing to post-it notes for all these operations. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of operations. And thank you for the luck dice. I appreciate it. Yeah, Operation Pink is secret. Although the mod team do now know about Operation Pink. So I guess technically the mod team is aware, but yes, not anyone else. Oh dear. I gotta tell you, most operations have names like Kingbreaker or Blackbeard. Pink doesn't sound as... the thing is, I'm like trying to think of the first word that comes to my head and there's pink right there. Oh dear, it's like Operation Pink, easy. You kind of knew. Yeah, true, you kind of already knew, but did you know that Operation Pink is imminent? Well, not that imminent, a little bit imminent. We're getting to there, we're getting there. And also you knew that Operation Pink is a money sink. Money hole. Hole. Then again, Operation Loft is also a money hole. Everything is a money hole. Operation Watermelon will be a bit of a money hole, but not as bad as the other two. But still a money hole. Oh dear. So we have 3 Operation Money Holes now. Very exciting, very exciting. Yeah. What was Operation Green again? Oh, Operation Green. No, nobody here knows about Operation Green, not the mods either. Then again, I also don't know if Operation Green's happening, so I have to get some more information on that one. Oh, speaking of operations and specific things, tomorrow we're doing a special stream. I'll quickly go over that because I put the event out, but it's also like I haven't really talked about it a lot. So because we hit all of our goals in the charity stream for VTuber SummerSlam last week, we do have some special streams up and coming. The first of which is tomorrow, where anybody in chat can use channel points to add something to the outfit. So basically, I have a jelly model. If you haven't seen my VTuber model, I use a VTuber as well as using my face. So tomorrow we're doing basically you can dress the VTuber in whatever you want, as long as it's not overwriting someone else's idea. So if somebody else has already said puff sleeves, you couldn't then change it to like straight sleeves. You know, you have to pick a new thing. And yeah, we'll have a channel point redeemed so that people can do that. And yeah, should be good. I'm excited to give that a go. I think it'll be fun. Oh dear. So that's our first special stream. We do also have 2 other special streams. We'll be doing an Apex stream at some point and a Mortuary Assistant stream at some point because yeah, we hit all of them. So we've got a few special streams and the Mortuary Assistant has gone into the Steam Summer Sale, which means I'll pick it up now. I had held off on buying it just in case it went on sale this week and it did. And I'm like, hell yeah. Now I feel very accomplished for holding off and not buying it. Excuse me. So hopefully we'll play that in the next couple weeks as well. Ooh. There we go. I do want to have some more of my coffee before it gets too warm because it was really nice and cold when I started drinking it and now it's been like 2 hours and it's not quite as cold anymore. Mm-hmm. Oh, nearly. Getting the last bit out of a straw is always kind of a pain, right? I think that'll do. I think I've got the majority of it out. There we go. Oh, yeah. So we got some fun stream happening. Did you hear that? Did that come through desktop as well? What the? Sorry, I've got like kind of a concerning pop-up. No. What? I think Xbox has identified me as a child. Is it bad? I mean, only really for my Xbox account. I've just had a pop-up being like, we see that you're a child and so we're restricting your access. I was like, wait a second. Am I? I've had this account for a long time. Are you sure? I guess I'll have to deal with that after stream. Xbox is coming into my stream being like, you're a child, right? I don't think that I'm a child. It doesn't say anyone's logged in, so I must be just like, sorry, that was the first thing I assumed when it said like something had changed. I was like, oh, has someone managed to get into my account? No, no one's in my account. It's just decided, maybe I didn't fill in a form or something or click a box? I don't know. It's decided that I'm a child. Yeah, I can see, I saw as well, like there is like a thing, I probably just need to fix it, it's fine. I can do that, all good. How do you prove you're not a child? Good question. Why does it think that I'm a child? Also, I think a reasonably good question. I don't use the account. Yes, Xbox is like, this person's talking about vomit fetishes. Definitely a child. Definitely a child. In an 18+ stream, definitely a child. Pretty small, but I'm not that small. Like, okay, here's the thing. I met up with some other people the other day. I met up with Chucky and I met up with Cthulhu. And you know what they said? You know what they said when we were leaving? They said, Jelly, you're surprisingly tall. And it's like, yes, I am. Thank you. Thank you. My cameras do not do me justice. I'm surprisingly tall. Oh dear. Just a conversation about the difference of liberals. Yeah, it's just, you know, child stuff. Oh dear. Yeah, but I will say my official height is recorded at 30. But like, if you meet me in real life, you might be surprised at how tall I am. I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm a tall person. I'm not, but I'm not short either. I am very middle of the ground in height. But yeah. When I met up with Chucky and Cthulhu, they said they were surprised at how tall I was. And it's like, yeah, be surprised. Be surprised at my immense height. Oh dear. Hell yeah. You're surprisingly tall for a child. It's like the type 1 official form because that'd be hilarious. No, 30 centimeters is the height of my VTuber. So my VTuber is 30 centimeters tall, but she's 32 centimeters if you include the little droplets on the head. But I'm going to assume because that's hair technically and it's not attached to the body, that doesn't count. So 30 centimeters without the hair blobs. Yes. 32 width. So that's what that height is. That is the height of my VTuber. And that is true. That is canonically the height of my VTuber. Oh dear, they are very, very small. Because they're meant to be like a sprite and not meant to be a big thing. Oh dear. They're very small. Ah, okay, that makes sense. I had the tall. True, yeah. How tall were you? 24 feet or something? Because you have like 12-foot long arms? I remember your arm height. I don't remember your full height. But I think I remember your arms were 12-foot long. So, yeah. Oh dear. There we go. Oh hi, oh Isa C, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I am also sleepy. Welcome to the sleepy stream. I hope you're doing well. I mean, you don't actually need to be 6 feet. Exactly. They could be as tall or as short as you want. So my VTuber, because they are a sprite, is very, very short. Because that would canonically make sense. They're not meant to be human size. They're meant to be very small. Very small, like a little fairy almost, but a little sprite. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. My character shapeshifts so they can be as tall as they need. Ah, that's true actually, yeah. So you don't have any limits? So you could technically be bigger than the world, is it? Or is there like a maximum spread that your character can do? Oh dear. Doing good, did my chores, did the annoying task? Oh, hell yeah. That's heckin' productive. Nice job, Arsacia, very cool. Oh dear, it was nice being able to pop into your stream yesterday. I'm sorry that I was very lurky. The reason I was so lurky is because I was in a foul mood yesterday. I was in like a really nasty mood, and so I was like, I'm not gonna talk too much in anyone's streams because I know I'm in a foul mood and I don't want to spread that. So I'll come in, wave, say hi, and then shut my mouth to make sure that I'm not spreading my foul mood anywhere else, you know? Oh dear. I'm gonna shut my phone. Take care, Mayor. Thank you for popping by. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope that it goes well. Yes, you're a mirthful Jester. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. So you won't be engulfing the world anytime soon. And Fox, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Oh dear. And thank you for the DJ Bateman. It was lovely to have you there. I think it's definitely got Bateman. Oh wait, Bateman, do you have Throne now? Hell yeah. I've been saying that you should get Throne for a while because that way people can fund like silly outfits for you to wear on stream so that you don't have to purchase them yourself, and people can have like an input on the outfits that you wear, so it's like a community thing. The other thing is there's also now there's a new feature on Throne that they've just added where people can surprise gift you things as long as it's within like their you know, nothing that you would hate suddenly. But yeah, people can do that. And yeah, it's cool, so that people might be like, oh, I can see that you've got a maid outfit on here, but I want to get you a Batman outfit, and they could get you a Batman outfit. So it's and it does it like an anonymous gift. Welcome on in, Fox. Oh, then thank you for the horn. Good point, yeah. You did call me out. Well, that's because I clicked your phone because I was curious about what you had on there, right? And so I clicked it and you were like, yeah, most of it's for work. And the first thing it showed me was wearable shark suit. And I was like, wait a minute. Like, oh yeah, most of it's helpful for my work and stream. And I was like, what? A wearable shark suit? And Venga must really make stuff down. It does. It's a wake me up horn. Of course, Bateman wants the maid outfit. Oh yeah, of course. Oh dear. I actually want to do another cosplay. I'm just waiting for clear a diary first. That's very fair. It is fun, isn't it? It's lovely being able to make stuff for yourself. It is for work. I want to be snuggly. Honestly, fair. Can't fault you there. Don't we all just want to be snuggly? I want to be snuggly. I didn't want to leave bed this morning, I will say. I was like actually at a really good temperature. Normally in the mornings recently, I've been waking up and I'm way too warm. But yeah, I do have a throne, but I don't use it. Because I literally just used throne as like, I got it a while ago because I was like, oh, maybe I'll open this. This was ages ago, by the way. This was when I didn't have donations on stream, so I was like, maybe I'll open this instead so that at least people know what it's going towards. And so I got a throne then, and since then I've just used it as like a holding point for things that I might want to purchase at some point. So when I go onto my phone, I'm like, oh yeah, I would like that box of drawers at some point. It's really boring, and I literally have like a whole thing of just storage solutions, and I'm like, yeah, you know what, at some point I could use this. So I've never made it public. I've always kept it 100% private, and I just use it as a shopping list. Oh my god. Yeah. Oop. Speaking of AC, I have an AC. His name is Dennis, and he's just behind me. He's in this room. Hell yeah. I use him for streaming more than because I can sleep in the heat, to be honest. I can. But I find it really hard to stream in here once it gets really hot, and it was getting to like 30 degrees in here every single stream, like within the first hour or two. So I was like becoming pretty intolerable. And so now we have Dennis. And so yes, Dennis was my birthday present. My early birthday present, because my birthday's not till October. But by October, I don't think I'd need an air conditioner anyway. Ah, dear. Mine's a holding point, yeah. I would get a throne, but no one would ever see what they buy. A secret throne? So like wait, I'd get a throne, but nobody would ever see what they buy. Oh, I see, like as in, but like if there's food on throne and stuff like that, you could like eat the food while it's live on stream, and people could be like, here it is. Oh dear. And also, like, some people, like, I know some people use phone for, like, their out-of-stream hobbies. It depends, obviously. It's just, I think some people prefer to donate if they know what it's going towards. So even if it's not something you'd ever show on stream, like, I've seen people have things for stuff that they'd never do on stream, but they enjoy. And, yeah, people just buy it for them because they're like, yeah, I'd like you to have this thing and I know where the money's going towards. Oh dear. Personally, I don't open a throne because the only things I want are storage solutions, and that's incredibly boring. And I'm like, you know what people don't need? Just a whole folder of all of the storage solutions I have my eye on. So it's really boring stuff. And also I have no space for storage solutions right now anyway, so it's pointless. It's like for the future. Your bag snack time? Oh hell yeah, enjoy your heckin' snack. You can get a lot of food stuff. I know that's someone that just gets gummy bears. Loads of gummy bears. Hell yeah. Oh, take care. Thank you so much for popping by. I hope the rest of your evening goes well then. Get some good Z's. Ah, dear. Oh, what's a snack? Oh, true, actually. Yeah, it's a good question. What is the snack? An unpredictable. Hi. I don't know unpredictable. Do you have a throne? We're trying to get Bateman to maybe download Throne. Actually, Isacia or myself could refer Bait to Throne, and they would get like a fast track because you do have to have people check your account before you can actually get one. So you have to apply for a Throne, and then they'll say yes or no. But if somebody's like, you can come with me, I'll come with me. You can go a bit quicker or something. I don't know. It means you get that maid outfit just a little bit quicker, you know. Oh dear. Mikey, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry, you know that I'm a heckin' terminal lurker, but I hope that the drawing on Kick has been going well. I was very much enjoying last night's. Oh dear. Even oh dear. No, I hope it's all going well. I think so far you're the only person I know that's gone across. I hope that you're enjoying it over there. I know a few other people have been talking about it though, where they're like, we'll test the water. I know my name. I was like, I'm getting in there. And then I'm lurking. Pancakes on the air fryer. Ooh, delicious. We love a good pancake. I'll see if I can link you actually. Yeah, I was gonna say, because one of us can send you a link and then you'll get in much quicker, so you don't have to do the whole waiting process at the beginning. Just get you done quicker. I put art supplies. Oh, you do? Okay. One's for the new craft, and then things I'd like to use on stream, like a purple wig type stuff. I didn't actually know they did wigs. That's kind of cool. It doesn't surprise me though. Hell yeah, 75 crew. I got in there. Dear. You have an invite code to anything now. There you go, bait. There you go. Get on Throne. Put all of your cosplay outfits on there, and suffer, I guess. Oh dear. Because when was the last time that you did a cosplay stream? It's been a minute, right, bait? Ah, dear. Mostly stuff from Amazon. Yeah. Mine is literally, it's so boring. And that's why I don't ever make it public. It's just drawers and boxes and plastic boxes in different sizes, and then smaller plastic boxes you can put within the plastic box. That's literally all it is. It's just boxes. It's just lots of boxes. Because I'm like, when we do eventually have the craft room, those are the things I'll be buying for myself. I'm not gonna ever publish the Throne. I'm just gonna buy all the boxes. And then I have them linked, and it's like, there you go. It's not what Throne is for, but it's what I've started using it for. It's just a shopping list that I refuse to publish. Chocolate pancakes. Oh, lovely. It's fine, just logging the affiliate, but all my cool upcoming plans involve Twitch with its integrations. Yeah, so not going anywhere. That's very fair, because there's not really a lot of... Same with YouTube, right? There's just not as many integration stuff. It's newer. It's newer. Makes sense. I have a Throne account, still need to set it up. However, to Poland, they don't have the item. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's like, that's annoying. So get on that. Get on that Throne. What that's actually on Throne. Because, yeah, what's actually on Throne isn't as directly useful to you. That's fair. Mine's just storage. And it's all on Amazon. Dear. It's much safer than the Amazon the buyer never sees the address. Yes. Get your cosplays and suffer is a mood. Oh dear, a crafter's life is boxes. You're obsessed with pouches. It's plastic boxes. It's like these sort of plastic tubs for me. I have loads of them. All of my fabric goes in plastic tubs. All of it. I just keep everything in plastic tubs. I would like to separate them a little bit more, to be honest, and have them in a few different things so it's a bit easier to get through my fabrics, but it's all in plastic tubs. I refuse to put it anywhere else at this point. The only complaint I have is that you have to frequently check to make sure Amazon link hasn't been taken down. That's true, yeah. That is true. If you're going through Amazon, I didn't think of that, but then I also don't use it. I'm gonna make some strawberries out of foam clay? Hell yeah! Oh my god, that sounds like a nice morning, honestly. Just rolling with some clay and stuff? Hell yeah. Chocolate pancakes. Yeah, we're all very jealous now that you have chocolate pancakes and we are stackless. I made a joke wish list full of items specifically designed to make me look like a murderer burying bodies. And now it's forever sus. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Oh dear. I don't think I've ever made it. Have I made Amazon wish lists? I don't think that I have. I probably should look into that a little bit more just for keeping track of things that I would like. When I go on Amazon, I probably get recommended weird stuff, to be honest, as well. Like, oh, I do get some boxes on here. A lot of Korean food. Makes sense. I eat a lot of noodles. Oh, hair dye, that makes sense. A men's body wash. I don't know where that's come from. I don't remember searching for men's body wash, but okay, I'll take it. Yeah. Oh, also lots of chemicals. lots of chemical remover. Yeah, frequently daily purged items. It's all chemical stuff. It looks like I'm making bombs sometimes, I swear. Jesus, it's all cosplay stuff though. It's good stuff. I'm not making anything unpleasant. Lots of gloves, lots of sticks, measuring cups. Oh dear. Buy it later in my cart. I see. I get recommended weird stuff on Amazon for no reason. Yeah, I'm not sure where. Like, the only one I'm confused about is the body wash, because I don't buy, like, I just get that from Tesco. Not like all of my cleaning stuff I just get from Tesco, so I don't think I ever would have searched that on Amazon, but fair. I need to comb through mine to make sure nothing weird's in there. No, keep the weird stuff. The weird stuff makes it unique. The weird stuff makes it yours. But he recommended me weird. No idea why. No idea why. How does this happen? Hello, Guida! Wait, the stickers have arrived? Hell yeah! Help me. Oh no! I'm sorry to hear that the chicken passed. I hope that, I'm sure they had a very happy life with you, to be fair. But I'm very sorry. It's always sad when an animal passes. Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm glad the stickers got to you though, all safe and sound. Did they come to Queena Quen or just Queena? Because whenever I send people stuff, if I think that it can fit through a door like stickers can, I don't bother like asking people's names. I'm like, let me send it to your Twitch. Sometimes I do like a Mr. and Mrs. Queena Quen. Sometimes I just do the full like Queena and then Quen. I might have just done Queena on this one, I'm not sure. I like sending it to weird Twitch names so that when if anybody else in the house is there when they see a package that's come from me, they're like, who the hell is Queena? Oh, 10 out of 10. Dear. I like doing Mr. and Mrs., but then sometimes that can get a bit like if they think it was to a previous owner of the house or whatever. Oh dear, it's just Queena this time. I think last time it was Queena Quen. Hell yeah. They track your data so they know if you bought it somewhere else. Sometimes but I mean, like I buy wash in stores. I that's what I mean. Is like, I don't buy it online. I just go into Tesco and I'm like, oh, I need more shampoo. Okay, there you go. Need more body wash. Okay, but I don't buy it online because I can literally get that from the corner store. If I was in a desperate state and I was like, oh my god, somehow I've run out of every single soap in the house and I cannot wash myself, I can literally just go to the corner shop. Like, it's just one of those things where I wouldn't buy it online because it's right there. But that's just me. That's just me. No shade on you. If you buy it online, you're all good. I'm cheap. Oh dear. Last time it was Queena Quen. Yeah. I remember I liked sending one to George because I got to do a Mr. and Mrs. George. Which is such a fun name. Oh dear Hawk, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Oh dear. A lot of you dodged some weird. We had some weird conversations earlier. I feel like a lot of you dodged the bullet. Although to be fair, it has been more important to get Bateman on throne at this point. We need Bateman on throne so that instead of donating bits like a normal person, I can donate money towards a maid outfit. Actually, I feel like if Queenie had heard any of this, Queenie would have bullied Bateman into getting it by this point. So if anyone is in contact with Queenie and could be like, you know how you could get lots of silly outfits for your man? Get them a throne. Oh dear. Just like, you know, it's an absolute zinger of a high school nickname. Wait, my one? Or because I was Boggers. Wait, what was your one? What's your one? I want to know your one. Tell me yours. Yeah. Let's get Bateman that maid outfit. Bateman, can you get Queenie on the line really quickly? I want to sell this to Queenie to force you to do it. You have a day off work, right? That's the perfect day to set up a throne. Donate a Bateman outfit. Can we request? Requests. I want Elden Ring maid outfit. I want do they have Halloween? I'm gonna have to find a throne now. Do they have Halloween outfits on throne? Oh, you posted one. Oh, did you? Oh, sorry. Wait, what was yours? What was it? Stackless. Oh dear. Oh, would I want Stackless? I don't know. I still think I prefer Boggers. I was literally Boggers in my yearbook. Or was I Bogworthy in my yearbook? No, I think I was Boggs. I think I was Boggers. I think. Probably. It's sexy Pyramid Head. Pyramid Head doesn't need the sexy attached to them. Pyramid Head is always sexy. Oh dear. There's no such thing as a sexy pyramid outfit. Every pyramid head outfit is just naturally sexy. Oh dear. It doesn't need the qualifier. Need Queenie's number. We all need Queenie's number with spam. Poor Queenie's probably at work and we're like, Bateman, maid outfit! Oh dear. Elderman sexy Dead by Daylight. Are there sexy Dead by Daylight outfits? Probably. Did you see the pink yeah? Honestly though, I love any pyramid head outfits. I love, cause was it Jessica Negri did pyramid head? I think a few people have done very, very good pyramid heads. Now I'm just gonna go on Twitter. Cause if I type in pyramid head cosplay. I've seen the pink, like, cutesy one head. That wasn't her, was it? Was it someone else? No, yeah, she did the regular one, which is still very good. There it is! With the little pink sword. 10 out of 10. God, people have done some really good ones. Man, Pyramid Head's great. The only thing I will say, overabundance in female Pyramid Heads, and don't get me wrong, they all look great, I feel like we could use more male pyramid heads. Oh, there's one. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I guess you need quite a lot of confidence but they don't wear a lot. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know why that didn't allow. There you go. Don't think I had any nicknames. Really none? I was Boggers for like 8 years. Or Bogworthy initially, Boggers, Boggs, you know. They were all, I had nicknames of my nickname. I was Bogworthy for a very long time. Oh, dear. Imagine Toblerone kind of inspired, actually? Wait. Sorry, I'm going to take that and I'm going to see if anyone's done that. Actually kind of inspired Toblerone head? Okay. Okay, so I'm not seeing that anyone has cosplayed it per se, but I am seeing that people have in fact photoshopped the Toblerone square onto just straight up pyramid head. And that's kind of beautiful. And instead of the sword, they're wielding a giant Toblerone, but it's all photoshopped. I don't see that anyone has actually cosplayed it per se, but I do see people have had the thought of just putting the big chunk of chocolate on there. Do it. Kind of want to do it. Kind of want to be a Toblerone head. I do love Toblerone. I think Toblerone is one of my favorite chocolates, to be honest. I love the little chewy bits in it. Just a shame it's so expensive, to be honest. Oh dear, gotta hit the gym as the executioner. Yeah. All right, now I have reason to work out. If I want to do Toblerone head, I need to be in peak physical condition. Oh dear. Heck, brilliant. Next year's cosplay sorted. Oh god. Man, if TwitchCon comes back, I'll make Toblerone head for TwitchCon. Because I don't expect to win TwitchCon, but at least I can go have a good time. Oh dear. Yeah, TwitchCon brings cosplay back, there you go. Or actually though, might have to be a bit careful because I remember there are some TOS about it and I don't know, well I guess I could cover myself as much as I want. Because you have to follow, so TwitchCon cosplay, you have to follow Twitch TOS. So like that means things like underwear, underboob, stuff like that. You're not actually allowed to wear to TwitchCon cosplay because it's against Twitch TOS and they obviously broadcast the whole thing. So I would have to be a little bit careful. Like obviously a lot of the female pyramid heads that I've seen are a little bit more, well, because pyramid head doesn't really wear that much. So they kind of just copy that and cover the bits that are like, you know, they cover the nipples at least. But I could probably find a way of doing it. I'm here for the chaotic energy. Maybe I'll just start buying a Toblerone every week, collecting the packaging, and then I could turn that into... I mean, the thing is as well, you could actually probably take the actual packaging and use it if you're working with like the big foam head, because you could just put a sealant over the top and it'd be fine. So you probably could. I think I probably would have to custom print some fabric just because I don't want to wear cardboard like here. Wouldn't be quite so comfortable. And now that you... God damn it. I don't have time to make a Toblerone costume. Here for the chaotic... Damn it. Can you buy Toblerone packaging? Listen, I love Toblerones, but I do think I'll get sick of them if I eat too many. And yes, they did make Toblerone smaller. I'll hold it against them. Can I buy Toblerone packaging? Like a crazy person? Not the chocolate, just the packaging. Oh, the mini ones. They also have flavors. So you have like the white one and you also have the dark one. I think they do a strawberry one too, with a pink. We like to party. We like to party. We like to party. We like to party. Man, party. I don't know if I can buy just the packaging. Just eating Toblerone again. Just working really hard. And then getting peak physical condition eating a Toblerone every day. The wheels are still turning and traffic lights are burning. So if you like to party, come on and move your body. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah. There are different flavors of Toblerone. Toblerone flavors. I don't know that we always get them in the UK though, but there's like a... If I go to images, because then I can probably see them all. Yeah, there you are. Oh wait, is it ruby chocolate? Oh no, it's fruit and nut that I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of fruit and nut. So you have the white chocolate one, the standard one, fruit and nut. You have dark chocolate, which is black, which is really useful. And then you have orange twist. Those are the ones I'm thinking of. Yes. Isn't there another one as well? I thought there was a blue one. Am I imagining the blue one? Or is that just... Oh no, the blue one is crunchy almonds. There you go, there's another one. So you could actually have some colour on the outfit if you wanted to. What's that one? I think the white, the black, and the standard are the easiest ones for me to get, is the only thing. I think the rest of them would be a bit harder. But I probably could get them for accent colours. You know? Oh, the command and move body. Ooh, orange twist. I need to try that. I probably would like that as well. I've not had it though. The problem is going to be getting the sheer amount of Toblerones that I need, and also migraines. If I eat chocolate, I get a migraine. So I do kind of feel like this might be at a slight detriment to my health. If I was to eat too many of these, it might just be like feeding them to my friends, like, hey, you guys like Toblerones? If I can keep the packaging, I'll give you all the Toblerones you want. I just wish they weren't so expensive. That's the only thing. They are pretty pricey. There's limited edition ones? Ooh. Oh man, now I kind of want the limited edition ones too. Like the gold Toblerone? Oh my god. And yeah, you have the bigger packaging ones. Oh god. I would take any Toblerone. I volunteer. Volunteer as tribute. Yeah, I can't really eat a lot of chocolate. Like, maybe like 1 or 2 squares a day is kind of my limit. Otherwise, it's like one of the few things that it's very quick, and I'll very quickly have a migraine if I eat too much of it. So doing a whole one on Toblerone, risky business. But oh man, I really like this idea. This would be either a really cheap cosplay or a really expensive one. I'm wondering if maybe I could copy the Toblerone packaging and print it onto something, and maybe that might be a bit cheaper rather than buying only Toblerones. Like if I can print the design of the Toblerone packet onto like a big piece of card and just use that to cover foam with, that might be a little bit more cost effective, and then I could just actually buy some of them for the more, I don't know, other bits. I'd have to design it anyway. If I look at, not Toblerone cosplay, other Pyramid Head cosplays, just so I can have a look at what other women are doing, to be honest, because I do want it to be recognizable. Pyramid Head cosplay. Let's have a look. What are other women doing? That's a good nurse. My god. Sorry, that wasn't what I was looking for, but oh man, I really like the pink one. I guess as long as the shape of the pyramid is like the same, because it is quite a specific shape, isn't it? As long as that shape is relatively okay, I feel like I could probably get away with a lot, right? Ah, dear. If you're making a Toblerone head, would you want it to be the packet or the chocolate though? I don't think I'd want it to be the chocolate, just because Toblerone chocolate is brown with like little light flecks in it. And like outside of the context of it being chocolate, it does kind of look like the consistency of feces. So I think so that I'm not being confused, I probably would want it to be like the end of a Toblerone tube, probably, rather than like the chocolate inside. Maybe I'd have some like foil or something coming out of it, but that's another thing actually, all Toblerones are wrapped in foil. So I could have like, if I was working with, I don't want to be feces head. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be feces head. I could have drips of the chocolate coming out though, underneath, maybe. God, there's some really good ones. Man, Pyramid Head is I love Pyramid Head cosplays. There's some really, really good ones. My god. People are so inventive. Oh, so good. I'd have to have a think about it. I'd have to be a think. Maybe expose parts of the packet where the chocolate and the foil are. Yeah. If I had it as like the end, like you've just opened it, but it's in the shape of the pyramid head, that might work quite well. And I'd have to just print a really big Toblerone for the side of the head. So like, I wouldn't be able to use the actual size of a Toblerone for it, but if I could turn the top of the head of the Toblerone, I could do that. I could also, oh, would that be a bit stupid though? I could make my head the full length of a Toblerone, but I think that might be a bit of a risk going around a convention if I had this really long tube coming off my head. As funny as it would be. It'd be good for a photo shoot, probably not good for a convention, and definitely not good for something like TwitchCon. Oh man. Okay, listen. I'll bookmark that. That is an idea for a future cosplay. Who suggested that ban that person. I don't have time for this, but now I want to do it. God damn it. Ah, dear. Finish this cosplay first, though, of course, because, you know, I've started it and it's going really well, so. You know, it'll take me a while to collect all the Toblerones that I need anyway, so I can just have that as like a background mission while I'm working on this one. Oh, dear. Gosh, you guys make me hungry. I'm sorry. That's what we do here. We talk about food. And food and fetishes. That's what this stream's been. God damn. I need to retitle my stream. Ugh. Dear. I feel like that's what the direction it goes. Whenever we do a sleepy stream and my brain's just not quite there, the conversation just wanders. But sometimes it's wholesome. Sometimes it wanders into nice territory. Not always. Food and fetishes, the new D&D spin-off. Hell yeah! Oh my god. The new D&D spin. Honestly, I would play. I would play. That's my jam right there. Oh, dear. Ugh. Get that through there. We're getting there. It is also getting a little toasty in this room. But I don't think it's toasty enough for the aircon just yet. Let me get a little temperature reading. How are we doing temperature-wise in here? It's only 25 degrees. I mean, which is quite impressive considering it's only 15 degrees outside. I managed to add 10 degrees in this room, but that's all right. I can survive at 25 degrees. I get a little forehead sweat, but I'll live. It's when it gets like 28 to 30, I just cannot be handling. Dear. I will say, during that whole conversation, we have got over halfway through this one. Are you planning to go full on clear boxes, professional organized style for the crafting? Yeah. I just like everything being in clear plastic because it prevents dust getting to, so like sealed boxes, it prevents dust getting into the fabric. And I just prefer that because fabric gets so dusty when you leave it out and about. It attracts all the dust in the room straight to it. And so I prefer to keep everything in like sealed plastic boxes. So that's how I'll do it. And ideally like see-through ones because then I know what's in them. Yeah, keep it paste to plastic because of sun damage. Sun damage as well. I mean, most of the houses I've lived in, and I think this is just a British house thing in general, they don't have very big windows. And so like the sun hitting my fabric has never really been too much of a problem. But yes, dust is a big problem. Oh dear, but I have lists of what's in them. Yeah, I would like to properly label my boxes at some point. I haven't labeled them, and it would be useful to know what at least I'm planning to keep in there. Plastic boxes, hype! I love plastic boxes. Oh dear. I might need to take a quick break in a minute. I've been laughing pretty hard, and now I need the bathroom. That's just how it goes. I don't make the rules. You laugh hard, you pee. And so I might need to quickly go to the bathroom in a second. It's your guys' fault for making me laugh. Mainly, I think actually it's the people that have already photoshopped Toblerone head. Hilarious. It's so good. Inspired. Oh dear. I do need more for my crafting, but everything I have said is yeah, because yeah, you move a lot, don't you? I've actually started using cedar chests. Oh, that's nice. But of course, now I'm moving. I have to go back to plastic boxes because I won't have the oh no! Heck. Damn it. That's sad. Pee time. I like the sound of chests. I like the sound of chests as long as they're stackable. Like, I don't think I'd enjoy the round top of a chest, but if it's a stackable chest, then I think I'd be okay with it. That's why I like pouches. Yeah, if you're moving a lot, it's pretty useful. Oh dear. The chests are very pretty, but not stackable. They're not stackable, but they are flat topped. Oh, I guess actually that makes sense because like, how would you get into them? Yeah, okay, I see that. We're talking large hope chest size. Ooh. Ah, dear. Pick up a pouch and move with it, yeah. Oh, dear. They could be used tables and have other stuff on them as well. That is kind of useful. I would like, what are they called? The chairs, they're like stools, but you can put stuff inside. Is it an ottoman that I'm thinking of? I think I would like to get an ottoman as storage for some stuff, so that I can also have like the benefit of an extra seat because we actually don't have that many seats in this house. So like when we had guests over, it's a bit difficult. But yeah, I think I would like to get an ottoman so that I can put storage in it, but also sit on it. Other than that, it's just plastic boxes. I'm very boring. Again, reason I don't open a throne. Everything I want is just a plastic box, and it's very boring. I love it, but it's boring. My craft load is terrible right now. Living in just one room makes it quite a challenge. Yeah, for sure. I never had a craft space. Like, I would just craft on the bed. Like, that's all because I never had a craft space for the longest time. It was only the last house where I started streaming that I actually had a separate space for crafts. And obviously now we have, we'll eventually have like, sorry, my chair's sinking. We'll eventually have a better space for crafts. But that's very recent. Like, most of the time when I've done all my cosplays, they've literally been all in the bed. I just take the duvet off the bed and I use that space. Which is definitely not ideal. It's led to a lot of me rolling over in the night and like falling on a pin. But it is what it is. You make do. It's not exactly a small hobby, so you have to make space for it. All my chests I got are very sturdy, so you could use them as seating too. Oh, see, that's cool. I would like that, yeah. Don't get me wrong, being able to put stuff on top of them is great, but I would really just want to use them to seats so that if we had guests over, people would have somewhere to sit. Not that we often have guests, and especially at this house, like there's just no way because it's a building site. But, you know, when eventually we can host guests, I would like to have more seats, and I think an ottoman is a good in-between for that, so that I still have the storage, but I can do that. Yeah. Also, the charity store often has these really cute, like, animal ottomans where they look like little cows or little horses or little deer or whatever. But they got you can open them up. They're very cute. I like those a lot. There's a little elephant there last time, and I loved it. I'm not getting them right now because we don't have the space to store them while the house is still under renovations. But they're very cute. They are on the list of things that I would like to get at some point. These little animal ottomans are so cute. Oh dear. And yeah, you can sit on them, or you can put stuff in them, and like that's perfect. That way I have extra seats in the craft room as well, which will be good. Because I'll have the chair that I'm sat on right now, but I don't know, it's always nice. I sit on the floor a lot though, to be fair. I don't know if other crafters in chat are the same. I still sit on the floor a lot to do crafts. I'm very much a floor sitter. Everything's within reach. You can lay stuff flat. I don't know. There's a lot of benefits, I feel like, to working on the floor. It can be a bit of a pain after a while, but I still do a lot of stuff on the floor. There we go. Moriki, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. We're talking about craft storage right now. You're such a floor sitter. I am. I don't mind sitting on the floor. What I say I don't like, okay, maybe a controversial opinion here, really soft chairs. Same with really soft mattresses as well. Like, a lot of people really like to sink into the furniture. I don't find that very comfortable. I would prefer like a hard wooden seat than I would like a soft squishy armchair. I think it's the same with sitting on the floor. I prefer like the hard surface, personally. Yeah, I'm a hard. I don't like furniture that you sink into, or really low furniture. I also don't like when you sit down on something that's really low and you go like a little lower than you expect, and it's like, oh. I also imagine if you had like bad knees, it'd be difficult to get up from them. Oh dear, you know, I'm not keen. I like hard furniture. I like furniture that bites back. And I like sitting on the floor. Oh dear. And wow, we are getting somewhere. I know it doesn't really look like it, but we are. We're doing really good. Ah dear. I don't know the leap of faith you have to take to the descent to a really low sofa. I like the idea that it's a leap of faith. But yeah, you know what? You're kind of not wrong. It does feel like that when you're going lower than you expect. I can't bear sitting on the floor unless it's against a wall. My back can't take it. I think it's because I tend to sit like. So I do this in my chair as well, which is why you can often see my knees on stream. So like when I'm sat like this, I'm not sat on my butt. I'm like stood on my chair. So when you see my knees here, I'm squatting. That's how I sit a lot. I sit like, it's difficult with the back is the thing, but I tend to sit like this, and that's just how I'm comfortable. That's like how I've been comfortable for a long time. So like when I'm on stream, I often start streaming like this because that's how I sit on the floor. Oh dear. I feel like when you're 6 foot plus, you're true. You're going down a long way to sit on the low furniture. Oh dear. But yeah, I'm a floor sitter. I like sitting on the floor. I just find it easier than really, really plushy armchair. And yeah, but again, like I will say as well, I despite talking about being a shrimp a lot, I actually have pretty good neck and back muscles. So like I've had, because again, I've had migraines, people have looked at my muscles and before. I've gone to osteopaths and stuff like that to double check, make sure that there's not a reason there which we can fix that would help with the migraines. And one of the comments I always get is that I must have really good posture because my back doesn't have any knots in it. And it's like, no, wouldn't say so. What I would say is that I'm a wiggler and I change position like every 10 minutes. So I'm like constantly stretching. I also sit like an actual goblin. So one of the things I'll often do, I don't do this on stream because I'm not here for the weird comments you get, but like I'll often sit with like here. So like my leg over my arm and then I'll go like this because it gives me something for my arm to rest on when I'm like not using it. And so I find it takes some of the pressure off my wrist. The thing is you won't be able to see what I'm doing, but this is my most common off stream. I squat on my chair and my legs all over the place, and like I think because I move so constantly that's probably what's helping rather than just sitting in the one position and never moving. Oh dear. Then again, I'm also not as tall. I think you get more back issues the taller you get normally. I think if you're the extremes of either though, it's probably you're more likely to get back issues. That being said, I think if you're tall it's because the world's not built for you, right? So you're always having to like do that, go down, talk to everyone else. I'm like literally the most average of average heights. So the world is built for me. I don't look up and down that often, like unless I'm talking to someone in particular, and I will look up and down depending because I'm right in the middle, so people are taller and shorter than me. There's probably a lot of other reasons as well that, also because I do neck exercises every morning, but they always recommend that. So it's like, I just do that. Do my little like stretches. I can still go further on one side than the other. Eventually, I expect that will. It's been a few years though. Maybe I'll even out. I don't know why I can go further one side than the other. Oh dear. But then if the professional says nothing's wrong, I'm happy to take that, honestly. I'm happy to go back to the doctor as few times in my life as possible. I think that sounds pretty good. We've nearly finished the other row of beads. I always have a small amount of anxiety when I have my beads out like this on the desk. I love adding beads to things, don't get me wrong, I love that bit. But I'm always a bit afraid that I'm just gonna whoosh, and then all of my beads will mix up, and I'll have beads everywhere, and then it won't be a productive stream. It will just be me collecting beads off my floor until I give up and probably end stream. Actually, I think I'd probably find these ones relatively easily because they're a bit darker. Spilling the gold beads for Mateus on my like my golden floor in the last place because it was like a really deep cream. Oh, hell. It was hell. I couldn't see them at all. I could feel them. Like if I ran my hand over the floor, I could feel thousands of beads. But like they were all like in this deep carpet and they were all, oh my god. I did see the trick that I should have used with the hoover and the sock over the end or the tights over the end. I should have done that. But I only saw that after I'd already chucked it away and like sucked them all up. Send a representation. Oh. There we go. Lilia, is it on Discord? Oh my god, yes. Me going to sit on. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Oh dear. Oh no, I've opened the wrong thing. There you go. I haven't sold my bees. I always get nervous they might fall, yeah. What I need is one of those, you know, like trays, like you often see them, maybe I just see them in old people's houses, like a really good thick rim tray. I need one of those that you'd like, they're used I think for carrying drinks from A to B, but I could use one just for like when I'm sorting my beads, so that if I did tip it over, they'd at least be in the tray. Now I am all clear storage for beads. Oh, the other day we raided someone, right? And I was saying how much I like their bead organization, and they were like, I bought it like this. These are the only ones I get where they're bought like this. I do make my own, and I do enjoy making my own, don't get me wrong, but like, otherwise, the ones that you see on stream are ones that like, I've made. Like, you can't buy this. This is my palette for this one, and I made it. I'm like, how are you buying these beautifully organized boxes and to make them myself? I mean, I'm okay with it. I don't mind making them, but like, heck, how are you buying them so pretty? I just get like these little ones. Oh man, which are fine. They're still useful, but and I have to buy in bulk to get these as well. Like, so I'm not even. I'm buying like 100 quid's worth of beads. Yeah. I have giant wood tray that's like nearly 2. Oh, really? Yes. That's what I'm thinking of. That's kind of what I need. Like a tray like that so that I'm not worried about them. If they do tip over, at least they're in the tray. Excuse me, sorry. That one might have been kind of loud. But to me, my ears at least, that also sounded like a microwave. Maybe it didn't sound like a microwave to you, but to my ears of the person who did it, it sounded like I just became microwave. Oh dear. I got it from the dump where someone else had left it. Potentially. Oh, that's really cool. Hell yeah. I forget dump shops are a thing. BRB, my food is ready. Go get that. Go get that food. Oh dear. I don't even remember putting it in. Dumps around here are amazing. I think we have a dump shop not quite at the dump, but it's like very close to it. It's connected to the dump so that you can visit the shop without going to the dump, which is kind of nice. Because the one near us growing up, you always had to actually like drive the whole way to the dump and there was always a queue. Oh dear. I've been meaning to go, but unfortunately I was going to get taken there a couple weeks ago, and on the day I was just having a really rough migraine, and so it was like, great, now I can't go to the dump. I really wanted to go to the dump and now I can't go. Heck. But it, you know, it's close enough by that we could go again another day. Oh my god, we're partying! Sky, welcome on in, I hope you're doing well. I'm lucky there's a large charity shop there that's craft specialist. Oh, I'm very jealous. That sounds amazing. It's very dangerous though. We like to party. 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 The finger bus is coming and everybody's jumping. New York to San Francisco, an interstate free disco. The wheels are still turning and traffic lights are burning. So if you like to party, come on and move your body. Bam 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 bam. Hell yeah! Thank you so much for the party. Nice. Oh, did I make the music louder? I feel like I did. Oh, but you know what? It's so relaxing. It's so relaxing, we'll keep it there. Oh dear, there's a shop, but there's also a level of courtesy. People leave stuff that's still useful on the edges of piles, so you can just shop them, and the tray was on the edge of a wood pile. Aww. Hell yeah. We also got a cast-iron sewing machine from the same area. Oh my god. Nice. We were actually talking about this earlier. Oh my god, the chat has gone full circle. Because earlier we were talking about like steals, things that we'd found at charity shops, at like dump shops, I'd say that would count, secondhand stuff that we found that's like really, really good value that we've happened to find secondhand. So we have actually gone full circle with the conversation today. I forgot what I did and I wanted to see it. And getting ready for this weekend, packing snacks. Ooh, I hope you have a good weekend. I mean, if you're packing snacks, it's bound to be good. Oh dear. Yeah, I got a few things really good from charity store recently. We've had a lot of good luck. But what I'd say just in general, like all of the furniture, except for this chair and this desk in particular, is, I think all of the other furniture in this house is from a charity store. Because, you know, British Heart Foundation do like good furniture pretty cheap. And so for like us, that's always been like the go-to. I love the British Heart Foundation. Honestly, 10 out of 10. Thank you so much for all the furniture, because otherwise no way we're affording furniture. But yeah, we've got most of our furniture secondhand. Some of it's hand-me-downs from family. Most of it's British Heart Foundation. Oh dear. Yeah, another line done. We're getting there. We're getting there. Going to Anime Expert. Oh my god, have a really good time. I'm sure that you will. You're gonna have a fantastic time, but I still hope you have a good time. I also enjoy the town-wide yard sale. Oh, yeah, we don't have yard sales here. Car boot sales we do, which is where everyone gets together and does it at the same time, but like we don't really do yard sales. It's pretty uncommon. Maybe if you go somewhere a bit like more well off where there's like a big garden. That's the other thing, is like people just don't have gardens a lot of the time. Oh dear. I got my favourite armchair for $6 from a local thrift shop. It's a favourite steal. I was trying to think, like, I got a really good one the other day that I'm keeping secret just for now. We've had some really expensive books that we've got from charity stores that I like. What else? I mean, obviously a lot of the furniture. We got both our sofas downstairs are from a charity store and they're really nice. We've got all of our shelving. So all of our bookshelves and stuff like that. They're just handy, to be honest. They weren't that expensive, they're handy. Our Digimon table. So for those who don't know, we have a Digimon dining table. I mean, I think there are pictures of it from way back when. do I have any images of it still? Because we painted it on stream. We got a really broken table. Yeah, there it is. Look, can I get this on stream really quickly? We got a really broken table from a charity store. It was 10 quid, but it's an extending table, and I painted it so that it was Digimon themed. Image, browse. It would be in my pictures if I have it. There it is. That'll do. Oh god, that's really zoomed in. Oh, does this not have the extra bits on it? Oh yeah, you can see one of the side panels. So it's like an extending, and so it's got like 2 bits at the side which you can add on. So we did those as a side of like the Digidex, and then we had the Digimon on the inside. Yeah, we did all this on stream because I was like, I bought a table, guys, and it's like really rough, so I'm just gonna paint it black and then it's gonna be Digimon. Because it's very much, we had to like sand the whole top of it down because it was so crackly. But I mean, it worked out pretty well. I think drawing a grid on such like a potentially uneven table, it's even now because I've like varnished it a few times, but like drawing the grid on it was a mistake. But we managed, we got it. Also, Digimon are really hard to draw, it turns out. But yeah, that's something we did. Did Digital Monsters? Yeah! Did the proceeds go to charity town that links to... Oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's really fun. I wish we had something like that here. Oh dear, yeah, we did this. That was a live on stream thing. We've made a lot of things on stream, to be fair. The Digimon table's pretty cool though. Digimon are the champions. Oh dear. Aside from the craft shop, most of my local charity shops only be selling clothing now, so I haven't found many bargains. So I know that we didn't pick this up, but I told everyone I knew about it because I was like, I know people that could maybe use this. So I'm gonna say some kind of quad biking gear might have been like quad biking place might have been getting rid of a lot of old stuff. So I went into one of the charity shops in the area and they had, I want to say 10 to 15 full quad biking armor sets in different sizes. And they were all like brand new. Like they were all like pristine condition, like nobody had worn them. And they were selling them for like 20 quid each. Like full body armor for like 20 quid. So I was like, friends who do motorbiking and stuff like that, you might want to go to this charity shop. If it's in your size, you could get a bargain because that's full body armor is really expensive. And yeah, I didn't see them there last time they went, so I'm assuming they sold out. But yeah, it was that would again not a deal for me personally because like I don't really do quad biking or motorbiking. But if you did, that would have been a heckin' deal. Steal. Oh, I'm sad I wasn't there for that, but you see the finished product at least. Yeah, I think we did it in like a week. We just painted a table and that was my table. And that is now our dining room table. It can seat 10 people. It's a very big table. Getting it on stream to actually show you as I was painting it, I had it like balanced on my chest most of the time. I was just there like trying to draw it, but it was really fun. I had a really good time. I had to do a lot of more layers of paint than I anticipated that I'd have to, but I really enjoyed it. It was good. And it was my first experience with paint pens as well, because it was hard getting all of the outlines done. And you know what? That was fun. I enjoyed the paint pens. Ugh. Good stuff. It's cool to see a cool town map supporting the town gig. People pay like $10 to get listed on the map too. They'll probably make a couple hundred. Hell yeah. Paint pens are the way to go for outlines. I'd never used them before, and when we were discussing the design on stream, someone was like, well, do you have like a black paint pen? And I was like, a what? They were like, yeah, like you can just get a black paint pen and you can outline in it. And so I invested in, I have it nearby actually, because I still use them. I probably need to replace a few because I did run out during the process. But I like invested in like a whole box of paint markers. I still have many of which, but that's just fine because I haven't used the colors yet. And they are fantastic. I love them, 10 out of 10. I will probably replace it. Like I know the black needs to be replaced. I think the white needs to be replaced as well. But like I can replace the 1 or 2 colors and it's a little cheaper than buying the whole thing again. And yeah, it's really good. 10 out of 10, great for outlines. Because yeah, there was a lot of outlining. I remember there was so much outlining on that table. Wait, like, yeah, all of the Digimon parts, because I outlined them in the colors that were similar to them using, like, so like, you know, they're outlined in green and reds and stuff. Yeah. Oh my god. It was pain. It was pain. And then, yeah, writing the little names next to them, because otherwise I forget what they're all called. I know Palmon's my favourite. Palmon was my favourite when I was younger as well. I love Palmon. I used to have Palmon pajamas. 10 out of 10. Actually, they had Mimi on them as well, but mainly Palmon, you know? Oh, dear. Yeah, somebody suggested that. Good suggestion. Made that process so much easier, because I was, like, actually dreading doing the outlines before. Because I was like, I have such wobbly hands, like, if I can't lean on something, there's no way this is going to look good. So yeah, it was fantastic. Solved that problem nice. What we do need, honestly, is actually, so talking about not having a lot of chairs, we do actually kind of need chairs for the, what do you call it? For the dining table. That's one thing we don't have. We have a really good dining table now and no chairs. But that's okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. You know, one thing at a time, right? The first thing is to have the table. And then, you know, chairs can come later. Yes, at some point we should probably invest in some chairs. We do technically have some really, really cheap old ones. But, like, they're honestly not very comfortable. Can I just snip that? I know that you're not going to see this one anyway. The Sukamon is a classic. Which one's Sukamon? I don't think that's one of the... That's not one of these ones, is it? Paimon, Gadomon, Agumon, No, it's not one of these ones. Nah. Sukamon, I'm gonna have to Google what Sukamon is then. Is it the green and white one? Or am I completely misremembering this one? Sukamon! No, it's the poop. Of course, it's the poop one. There was one, there was one that I was considering cosplaying at some point. Yeah, Wizardmon. I was considering cosplaying Wizardmon at some point. I just really like all of the zips and everything. I think it's really fun. And the staff's pretty cool. So yeah, that was like in my list of like potentially to cosplay. I might do a Wizardmon one day, but not at the moment, not the moment. It's like in the list, but nah, not right now. That would look so cool. Yeah, I like the idea of doing it, but I just have a list of like cosplays I would like to do at some point, and I just haven't. Have not done it all. There's too many. I don't have the time to do all the cosplays I want to do. I have to take pictures of people. Oh yeah, because of course you're going to animate. Oh my god, if you do, see if you can get their tags so that you can tag them in when you post them online. Because honestly, it's so nice getting that stuff back afterwards. Scott, thank you so much for the party. We like to 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 party. The Benga bus is coming and everybody's jumping. New York to San Francisco and interstate free disco. The wheels are still are turning and traffic lights are burning. So if you like the party, come on and move your body. Bam 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 bam. Oh dear. That's what I did last year, but I wasn't able to post all of them. But I'm way more determined this year. I forgot to make the cards. If you haven't made cards, I don't think that's a problem as a photographer. What I would normally do is like bring a notebook with me. If I take pictures of someone, I'll write like say I took pictures of an Angel woman, to be honest. Let's just say that one. Saw an Angel woman cosplayer, asked if I could take their picture. They said cool. Took a few pictures. In my notebook, I write Angel woman, and then I'm like, do you have a tag on Twitter? And I'll be like, okay, your Twitter is @AngelWoman, @AngelWoman, and that way I can find them afterwards. So I don't think you necessarily need cards from other cosplayers or for yourself as well. If there's a way that you can just remember which one it is, and it takes 2 seconds to be fair, like just quickly, you know, that and that. You bring in a book, there you go. You'll be fine. You'll be just fine. Because most cosplayers as well are happy to, if they've already said yes to photos, I'm normally more than happy to give you their socials because it's so nice afterwards seeing the photos that people have taken of you in the costume. Like, it's such a lovely thing, like, because after conventions, I'm sure you'll feel the same as well, I'm sure a lot of people feel the same, there's like a bit of a con blues afterwards where you're just a bit like, oh, I had such a good time, but it's over now, it's done. And then you get like a ping on Twitter from a photographer that's tagged you and you're like, oh, and it just makes you feel so warm. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I love that part where like the con is over and you're feeling a little bit blue, and then suddenly you get a tag on Twitter and someone's taken a picture of your cosplay and shared it, and you're like, oh my god, thank you so much. Yeah, it's a really nice feeling. I think most cosplayers are happy to stand around a minute while you write down their social media tags so that they can have that experience a couple weeks later. Oh dear. Oh, at least if they've already agreed to photos, you know? Oh dear. I'm always a bit sad if somebody takes my photo at a convention but then doesn't tag me in it, or I don't know about it and I can never find it afterwards. It's always a bit like, aw. I mean, it's fine, I still had a good time at the convention, but I would have loved to have seen it, you know? In time to make you proud. I'm already proud! I'm already proud that you're going and you're considering taking pictures of cosplayers. I'm already proud! Oh, I'd love to have a proper camera and be able to do that. Like, don't get me wrong, I love going to events and cosplaying, but I've always wanted to be someone who could do proper cosplay photography, and I know Shiny wants to do well at that as well, so it'd be nice to be in a position where I could do that one day as well. Just not there yet. Did you see the... I did see it was on sale. It's very heckin' cool. Jose Matrix, good morning, I hope you're doing well, although actually it is only just the morning. Give me 3 minutes and it'll be afternoon. I've also needed to pee for like an hour now. I needed to pee now so badly that I don't even feel the need to pee anymore. It's gone away. I don't know. My body has recycled the piss. I should probably go to the bathroom in a minute. I don't want to do myself any damage by not peeing. Oh, dear, but we're so close to finishing this. You know what? I'm gonna quickly take a break. I will be back. Actually, do you want some? I'll just be 5 minutes. I'll just leave you on this screen. Actually, you know what? You can look at the work we've done so far. You can see how far we are. Because we are pretty far. We're doing pretty heckin' good here. I'll leave you with all of our progress. Because I think it's very satisfying to see all of the work we've done. And how far we've come. Oh dear. I'm gonna have this one because this one's half done. And then... this is how far we've gone. We're doing pretty good. And then I'll just be BRB. Do I still have a BRB on the screen? I don't. All right. Well, I'll just BRB. Back in a moment. Let me mute. Wait, I want to... We're back, sorry. I knew it was only gonna be a minute. Oh dear. Oh, you pinned something on your Twitter? Hell yeah. I probably would, to be honest. I probably would. Oh dear. Oh my god, look at that. Oh, that's a good bean right there. Hell yeah. When you see the smocking lined up, it really, you can feel the hours that you've put into it. Yeah, it's a lot. I think because we only work at one piece at a time, sometimes you don't realize how far it is, especially for you guys on stream, because you can't see the stuff that I've got pinned off stream. But for me, I can see it. I can see it all the time. That's why I'm like, we are heckin' getting there. Like, we're zooming, really. Oh dear. There does need to be like a lot of edging bits that need to be done, like all of these bits. And that does take quite a while, to be honest. And that's a bit hard on the hands, which is why we're alternating between doing all like the smocking and then doing the embroidery, just so that so my hands don't get too tired, because otherwise it gets a bit much quite quickly. What? And I get little blisters and bruises and stuff. Although, yeah, not blisters, actually. I thought I was going to get blisters last time, but I ended up getting bruises, which is a little new even for me. I don't normally get bruises from sewing. I guess it is a lot of pressure in the same places over and over again. There you go. I just keep them pinned on the mannequin so they don't accidentally get in the way of anything happening on the desk, because I don't want to damage them since they do take so long. Okay. I'm putting on my shoes! Alice Shadowrule! Welcome on in! I hope you're doing well! Ah, dear. I'm trying to do adulting. Ooh, nice. You got this. You got this. More smocking today. Well, we've actually doing really well at a shadow rule. So after this piece, there is only one more light purple piece that I need to smock. Then I've done all the light purple, for the sleeves at least. I'll be smocking elsewhere on the costume, but for the sleeves, that will then be all the smocking done. So we still have quite a bit to do with the dark purple, but with the light purple at least, going pretty good. It's going pretty good. One more piece to smock after this one. Ah, dear. They all need detailing, but you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. Ah, dear. I have enjoyed doing smocking on Twitch. There's been a lot of people we've raided into who have never heard of smocking, and it's been fun talking to them about it. Oh, Unpredictable, take care of yourself. Thank you so much for popping by. If you haven't met Unpredictable before, very, very talented artist. Do a little bit of everything on Twitch, to be honest. They do all of the arts and crafts. No, get to good Z's. Thank you for popping by. Ah, dear. Even though I kind of know how it works, yeah, it's weird, but I love it. Like, so I posted this on Twitter earlier, but I have a picture of it before I've neatened it, and it's like, it's kind of crazy looking because it's just loads of lumps in slightly different shapes, and then you kind of tame the lumps into little bows and add beads and paint it, and it ends up looking really pretty, but like, it really does start out as you're just creating lots of lumps. It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. It's weird folding magic, yeah. What's really fun, and I'm really pleased about, is me and Sunkoi are doing the same smocking on the different sides. So Sunkoi is neatening up this side, and I neaten up this side. And it's so fun. Again, highly recommend go look up Sunkoi, because you'll see how different it looks like depending on which side you decide to neaten up. Because if you decide to neaten up on this side, believe it or not, you get a really cool floral pattern. You wouldn't believe it because of how I've done mine, where I've chosen to neaten up the other side. This side gets you a really cool check pattern. This side gets you a really cool floral pattern. And it's the same. Oh, they're doing it right now? Are they doing it right now? Oh, if so, I'll just raid you all in there afterwards, because then you can see what happens on the other side. I want to finish this piece first, but... Double, double, toil and trouble. Forest Fawn, yes. So they'll be doing that later. They can show you. Cool, cool, cool. I'll get this bit finished up then, and we can go in there, and then you can see the other side of it. Ah, because yeah, it's really, really cool. When I saw that they were doing it, I was like, this is looking very familiar, but I don't think it's the same smocking that I'm doing. And Sunko was like, I don't think it's the same smocking that you're doing either. I think it's a similar technique. And it is. The base smocking is exactly the same, but the side that you decide to neaten up makes such a big difference. Oh, sorry, this song's really loud. I always forget. There you go. But the side you decide to neaten up makes a huge difference on what the design looks like. So if you neaten up the other side, it becomes really, really becomes like a little field of flowers. It's really, really pretty. Whereas if you neaten up this side, you get checks, which is better for what I want. But it is literally the same base smocking. It's just the other side of the fabric. It's really cool. So when I saw Sunkoi was doing that, I was like, yes! Now I can show you the real magic of smocking, which is that the same technique can make two completely different pieces. It's so cool. Does it make the cloth more firm? Yes. It makes it a lot thicker. So yeah, it's a lot firmer than it is normally. And I also add sequins and beads, and I do like quite a thick edging on it, so it does become like a really sturdy piece of fabric, which is what I want because I'm going to be bending it over a shoulder. So I want it to keep its volume. So it keeps its volume without having to worry about adding any interfacing or anything like that. Yes, yes, yes. And it's also warmer, yes, but mine is on a jacket, so my jacket will be completely removable. It'll just have the double underneath, which is just the short sleeved, like cap sleeve, I guess technically, but short sleeve jacket underneath. So the whole over the top jacket can come off. So I only have to wear it on stage and for photos. We did think about that because we're doing a lot of techniques that do thicken the fabric up, that you're gonna want to be able to remove layers. So the whole sleeve, where can I this is all one piece, and it all comes off like that. Oh, there goes my little embroidery. There you go. It all comes off like there. So yes. Hopefully that makes sense. We did think about it, basically. I'm losing my voice. Oh my god, and I've run out of drink. I need to finish this quickly before I lose my voice and we can raid into Sunkoi. Oh dear, it's really neat looking. Thank you. Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, we designed it back in December, so we've been working on this. We've had time, I guess, to work these kind of bits and kinks out to make sure that we can cool down. Just because for me, I overheat so easily as well. So it's actually really important to keep it so that it can cool down. Also because I have HS, so obviously overheating is a really big issue for me. And will be quite dangerous, unfortunately. So for me, really, really important that I can take layers off. But I think it's just good practice for cosplay as well, as making sure that you can be comfortable in it. Nothing worse than being really proud of a cosplay but hating wearing it. So yeah, I'm careful. Yeah, when thinking about some reason, I did think about skate knees. Oh yeah. Oh, that was a different cosplay. That was what we were going to do potentially, was having little skateboards on my knees. Oh my god, that would have been so fun. But no, we're not doing that costume. We're doing this one instead. But yes, we did have those plans. Yeah, we were drawing these because I still have my build book. I could put my build book on screen. Let me just move some stuff though, because I have my pin cushion on my build book right now, which is maybe not the best setup, but that is how I got it. Whoa. On my build book. So this is where we were doing all of our initial designing, because initially this was my design. We still need to do these. I'm quite excited to do those though. Oh. There you go. Get all these up. All of our embroideries, the stuff that we'll be putting into the embroidery machine later. Then we revamp the design again. And then, yeah, this is when we got into like the sleeve stuff. And so looking at different sleeve patterns and stuff like that, this is one we've ended up going with. Then different like body size shapes, going more in this direction after that point. For the mask, yeah, we have like all of the embroidery pieces in here. I'm getting very proud of this, honestly. Like we have a really cool build book right now, just because it's very just picture orientated with very little else going on. I like it. Our build book is looking pretty sick, honestly. I'm getting very proud. Like the more that we add, the more proud of it I am. Yeah. I'm looking wonderful. Yeah, I don't normally make a build book as I'm making it, which is, to be honest, how you should be doing stuff. But yeah, you add stuff. Yeah. So like as I'm designing it, I'm adding bits and bobs. So like, for instance, the sleeve initially, where's the very first design we did? Here. So the sleeve initially was just like bulk, like all one thing just pushed out. And then we added the designs for the suns and the moons on there. So I have those as well as like what they're drawing inspiration from. I then, did the embroidery files for it, so how we're working with the embroidery machine. At that point, the sleeve became a little bit more detailed, but then we focused more heavily on the sleeve, on how we were doing all of this kind of stuff, and how we were doing the attachment at the top, so sleeve attached to the jacket rather than attached to the main top so that it can be removable. And then we did like specifically the jacket design with the quilting that we were doing on it. Not quilting, smocking that we were doing on it. So I did quite a few tests for smocking. And then, what we're going underneath the jacket, because at that point the jacket was already in stone. So what were we putting underneath it, how we were doing that. Yeah, and in the end we have, the design has changed to more like, where has it gone? I'm sure I have another design somewhere. Oh yeah, these are the designs for the capelet. These are really big embroideries. Oh yeah, this is another test. This is going more into the trousers then. The really, really big embroideries. The double, there we go. I think I did start doing, so I have actually, so these are scaled versions of the patterns that I've drawn. So, oh yeah, there we go. This is our current working design, is this one, which I'm really, really pleased with. It's a little different from where it started, but I think it's got the vibe. The only difference is I'm shortening the cape because I don't want the cape to drag along the floor. So I think that's still the current version, but yeah, I've drawn down scaled versions of the patterns that I am using, just so I can prove that I've made these patterns. So these are then, so the original ones are scaled to a dummy's bodies for the shapes, and then this is the original pattern. This is it scaled to my body. Yeah, and I've done that with a few of them. Yeah, we're getting there. It's going to be a thick book by the end, but oh yeah, we've got like little sample things that'll end up going in here and stuff like that, so that we have samples of the work we're doing.
because it won't show up that much in the big scale of things, but it's nice to be able to go through them. Oh dear. I remember the... Hi, Bateman. I remember the testes. Poor Bateman. Poor Bateman. Bateman was just trying to lurk. Oh dear. Test. I meant to write tests. Yeah. It just kind of, I want to highlight, I will also have like a little ring of like fabric tests and swatches, because otherwise, I mean this is no offense to the potential judges, quite often there is not a sewing specialist on judging panels. It's relatively common. Not that the judges don't know anything about sewing, but like you often have like an armor specialist, but I've never been in big competitions, I have never had a sewing specialist to judge me. Like not even one time have I ever been judged by a specialist, which can give you an advantage and a disadvantage, because a lot of the time people just will not know. Like if you've never done smocking, you wouldn't know if there are, you know, how long it takes, why it's impressive, stuff like that, because you've never done it. So I am trying to make it as foolproof as possible to explain why each element is so time consuming and why they are valid and impressive, yes. Would they be in smaller competitions? Probably no. So, to be honest, armor cosplay is probably the most popular, and so a lot of the bigger cosplayers are more armor specialists. So you can quite often find someone who's an armor specialist or a larger than life specialist, but finding a sewing specialist, especially a sewing specialist that does more historical techniques, is a little bit less common. And then if you're doing SFX, good luck. SFX judges are gold dust. They are very valuable judges. But yes. Personally, I've never been judged by someone in big or small competitions who does sewing. And again, it gives you an advantage and a disadvantage, because you can kind of bullshit your way through more if they don't know what you're talking about, but the disadvantage is they might not understand why it's so impressive because they're not techniques they're familiar with. When I was judged at TwitchCon, it was one of the first things the judges mentioned was like, you know, we don't have a sewing specialist. And it's like, you can't hold it against the judges there, and I don't want to, because the judges that were there were fantastic. I got amazing feedback considering. Not even considering, I just got amazing feedback there. I thought it was really, really good. It's some of the best feedback that I've ever received as a person who has been judged for cosplay. A contestant, there you go, contestant. A really, really good feedback. So there's nothing based on that, but like, you know, sometimes you get there and they just don't know what you've done, and it's fair. And I'm not the best at explaining either, so I'm kind of trying to give physical examples because I can get quite mouth shut, don't explain very well. I mean, I'm not known for explaining things well. Hawk, you're learning Swedish? Good luck. I hope that it goes well. The physical examples will be helpful, yeah, especially for someone like me who knows that they're bad at explaining things. So once this costume is finished, I'm going to be remaking the smocking in a smaller panel at all stages, so that I can be like, these are the stages of smocking. So to get to that final bit, it's many stages. It's drawing the grid. It is then doing your initial smocking. That's 2. It's then doing the neatening smocking, or whichever side you're doing, which is what we've been doing today. The beading, the sequining, the base embroidery, bias taping the edges and adding the back, and then putting the embroidery and then doing the beading over the top of the embroidery. It's a 10-stage process. And like, again, unless you're very familiar with smocking, you might not be able to look at it and instantly recognize that that's a 10-step process. It's not just I sewed this quickly together. It's very complicated as far as how many steps it takes. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing it and leaving it at each step so that people can see how they've built up. There's a chance that I'll have a sewing judge and like I won't have to worry about it, but I'd rather just err on the side of caution so that if people aren't familiar with the techniques that I'm using, that I can explain it visually, because yeah, I know that I'm just not good at explaining things verbally, especially in high stress situations. There we go, there's another piece done. So this is 4 stages in, right? 4 stages in, hell yeah. And that today, just to neaten the top and add the beads, has taken 3 hours. To do the base for this one takes 4 hours. So we're 7 hours in, and we're only 4 steps in. 7 hours for 4 steps. It's a 10-step process. You see? So this is such a small piece. Yeah, It's really slow. Oh wait, I didn't even include it's an 11-step process. 11 steps, sorry. You draw the grid, you do the base smocking, you paint it and wait for it to dry. Then you do your neatening smocking, then your beading, then your sequining, then your base embroidery, then you add the bias tape, then you do the back, you do the base, embroidery on that, and then you bead it. 11 steps for one little piece. And it takes a really long time. So yeah, we're 7 hours in, and for this tiny piece, not to like count all the trimming and like tidying and neatening up, because the next stage for what I'm doing for this is technically actually trimming the sides, but I'm not counting that because it's a very quick step. I figured the steps take less than 10 minutes, I'm not going to count them. Only steps that take more than 10 minutes. But yes, add the grid, base smocking, paint it, wait for it to dry, neatening, beading, sequence, base embroidery. I lost it. It's a lot. It's a lot of stages. I wouldn't say any stage is specifically difficult, but what I would say is that's many different techniques going into it. So if you were new to sewing, that's a steep learning curve. If you're already kind of okay with hand stitching, it's probably not so bad. Drawing the grid takes a while because they're really big grids. So actually, I have a good example of this here. Sorry, we've kind of just gone off on a tangent, but so let's do it with this piece. It doesn't have the edging on it yet, but I think it'll be a bit easier to show. So this piece here on stream is initially this big. This is how big you start. You can't even see all of it on the camera. It's got more off that side and more off that side. This is how big they start. This is how big they finish, because it makes the fabric so much smaller. So yep, that's the starting size of the fabric versus the end side of the fabric once you've done all of the smocking and detailing, neatening work. Because this one has been all smocked and neatened. This one's just waiting for the edging and the embroidery and stuff. So yes, look how you do so much work to get it to that stage. It's kind of, yeah, it's a lot. I think I'd pay someone just to make one if I needed something smocked, but you're paying for hundreds of hours of work. Like, we were talking about this the other day. If you wanted what I'm doing, say like you wanted this kind of smocking, so what I've chosen to do, if it's 7 hours for just this, and you were replicating this over the whole body, you see how that could add up really? So not even material costs, ignoring the material costs, you'll be paying thousands for that piece. Because like, even if you're paying me minimum wage, so £10 an hour, I already know that would take more than 100 hours. So that's already more than £1,000 just on minimum wage, like labor costs, which I'll be honest, that's not what I should be charging. I should be looking at between 20, 25, I think at my level for sewing, which would mean that just potentially the base work would cost you £2,500, not including material costs. Yeah, it would be insanely expensive. It's why I don't do cosplay commissions, because the things that I will produce are not commission stuff, really. You can't really, and you could only be commissioned by people with a lot of income, because they'd be so expensive. Because of the man hours that go into it. Also, I already know who we're raiding, and I am going to raid out at the moment because I want to rest my voice a little bit. We've got a big stream happening tomorrow, and I don't want to overdo it. But we're going to raid into Sunkoi, who is making a doublet. A doublet! Hell yeah. We're going to be making a doublet, but not yet. Doublet, I've patented it. We'll do it down the line. I'm not doing the doublet yet. Hell yeah, we're going to rest our voice. Alright, if you have never met Sunkoi before, which I think a lot of you have, but if you haven't, Sunkoi is a cosplayer on Twitch. I was able to compete with them at TwitchCon Amsterdam last year. They were in the SFX category. I was in the larger than life category, but we were still competing in the same competition. And they're very, very talented. Very, very, very talented being. They're doing some pattern work at the moment. It looks like cutting out some pieces. So maybe you'll even catch the very beginning of the making process, which is always really, really fun. Tomorrow we're doing a special stream. We're going to be designing a VTuber outfit. You guys can give me input and we'll add that to the outfit so it can be as wacky and weird as you like. It's meant to be a celebration stream because we hit some of our goals for charity. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. And then there'll be no stream Sunday because I'm meant to be going to a picnic, but we'll see. It might be raining, so it might be an indoor picnic. Otherwise, grab a raid call if you fancy. It's a really good job, way of sending love to another channel. And I'm going to send you all over to Sunkoi. I'll see you soon. Let's go. Whoop. And then... What the heck?